And you had mentioned that running the football was going to be something that was huge in this game. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 86 yards. And that's something the Packers had struggled with earlier this season. Josh Jacobs was averaging under 4 yards per carry. But on a tough day like this and a cold weather game.
The final whistle has blown. The game is final. But we're not done yet. This is Green Bay Game Night, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside Packers Hall of Famer Mark Touser and former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson. Here's Emmy Award-winning Homer.
The final, the Packers 28, the Bears 21. Everyone a little disappointed they made the extra point. Another 27-point win would have just been that much more amazing. But that will all wait, because right now, the opening comments from Packer Hall of Famer Mark Touser. Yes!
Oh, Homer. Gut check. Passed. Gut check passed. This game today was cold. It was playoff football. It was back and forth. There were ebbs and flows. There were things that you can't do, things that you can. And the Green Bay Packers, this is their formula. They play good defense. They are opportunistic. They close up games. The difference with this team and this defense, obviously Micah, but in the past, if Joe Barry or if Micah's not on this team, and I know Keyshawn Nixon made the big play, but Enigbare made a huge play to stop. Enigbare didn't make that play. They're going for two, and we could have lost. And it's a whole different postgame show. But they didn't, because this defense is different. It closed up shop, and this team, again, this group is learning how to find ways to win. This was a playoff game. We saw a playoff game last Thursday, or whatever it was, 2 Thursdays ago. They found a way to win. And winning begets more winning. This is a great sign as a Green Bay Packer fan of we're going to win the division. We're going to be in a great spot. We need to find one more spot to get to that 1 seed. But this team has that factor to close out games. This defense can close up shop, and we haven't had that in a while. And we've seen it on display numerous times this season. And we saw it again today. And that is what got us through, and now puts us as prohibitive favorites to win the NFC North. Steve, the Homer Tree.
You didn't watch the same damn game. The Bears scored every time they had the ball. Okay, the Bears. Last possession. Hold on. Let me finish. I let you finish. Now you let me finish. They got a field goal. First possession, touchdown. Second possession, field goal. Third possession, touchdown. Defense didn't do crap. Caleb Williams threw a horrible pass, and Ben Johnson had the stupidest game plan. They were running the ball down the throat of the Packers. How you can have any more confidence in the Packer defense? They got their bucks handed to them after they dominated the first half. The Bears scored on every possession and would have scored on the last possession. I didn't know who you were going to thank, Ben Johnson or Caleb Williams. You got to thank Caleb Williams, because that was a horrific pass, and they didn't even need to pass the ball. They ran the ball right down the throat of the Packers, had more than enough time to score. Ben Johnson got too smart by being afraid of leaving too much time for the Packer offense. Jordan Love did it again, because that defense should be embarrassed that they won the game, as pathetic as they were in the second half after being so good in the first half. I have no idea what game you watched.
You done?
Yep.
I never said that they played great defense in the second half. What did I say? They closed up shop.
They
have 5 or 6 other times.
The Bears screwed up and gave it to them. They did nothing
in
the final drive. The Bears ran all the way down the field. Did you not watch the last drive?
I did. I watched the whole game. I watched every snap. I saw the run defense in the second half. And by the way, Ben Johnson called a great game. What the hell are you talking about?
Up until the last
Watch
series.
the second half.
Hey, watch the last series.
What did you watch?
Why
don't you watch the second half? Ben Johnson was fantastic. Caleb Williams was great. Hey, he made a crap throw at the end of the game. And by the way, Enagbare run the ball. It was 3rd and short. They did. Enagbare stuffed him. You have to understand, they use a timeout. Now they're down to 1 timeout with 26 seconds left.
Because he screwed up the clock management so badly.
Okay. All right. You can look at it 100 ways. I'm looking at it, yes, the defense struggled in the second half. But, Homer, I didn't say the defense. I said the defense closed up shop. What did they do at the end of the game? What happened?
The Bears went 51 yards in 2 plays. The Bears went 51 yards in 2 plays with 2 wide receivers you've never heard of.
I can't help you. I can't help you. If you don't think they closed up, did we win? And did the defense turn the ball over at the end of the game?
Yes.
Did they do what they had to do?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
And why did that happen?
What are you talking about?
Why did that happen?
What are you talking about?
They let the Bears go right down the field.
We won the game.
They did win the game.
We made a play.
They were incredibly lucky on the last play of the game.
Oh, luck. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Enagbare was lucky to beat that blocker and make a tackle on 3rd and short. And Nixon was lucky to make a play at the end.
He was.
Yeah, luck.
That was a horrible pass.
You know what?
Can you imagine if Jordan Love threw that pass? If Jordan Love had thrown that pass, what would you be saying?
He didn't throw it.
What if he had?
What do you want?
How would you have viewed the
candy
play?
And nuts?
How would you have viewed the play if Jordan Love had thrown that pass? That's what I want you to answer.
It would have been terrible.
Thank you.
It would have been
That's all I ask.
He didn't.
But the pass is just as terrible.
Okay, hey,
Homer,
you know what? Yeah,
you
Packers suck. The defense sucks.
No, it
We're
doesn't.
lucky as luck, and the Bears stink.
You would not have credited. Yeah. No, the Bears are good. You would not have credited the defensive back for the interception. You would said Jordan Love blew it. Well, say the same about Caleb Williams.
I didn't say Jordan Love led him on a touchdown drive to go up by 7.
We'll take the callers. We're not going to change. Hold on here. All right, first
I don't understand how you cannot accept the fact this defense closed up shop again. It wasn't the prettiest day. We gave up some yards rushing. You act like Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson was Joe Montana and Bill Walsh lighting us up for 400 yards and 60 points.
Yes, they scored every
21
possession.
points.
They scored every possession.
Boy, I got to check. Hey, every caller, every caller that calls in, did they score on the last possession when they needed 7 points?
Take those calls.
Because I don't think they did.
They did not. And why didn't they?
Okay.
And why didn't they score?
Because we stopped them.
Okay.
That's why.
They didn't score because Caleb Williams made a horrible pass.
The Bears suck.
I didn't say the Bears suck. I said Caleb Williams. No. What? I said, the words are, Caleb Williams made a terrible pass. You would have called it that if Jordan Love threw it. Just because the Bears did it doesn't change the quality of the pass. The defense got lucky because their butts were kicked the whole second half after they dominated the first half like one of the top defenses in football.
Okay.
Now, that's inaccurate, or is that accurate?
No, I'm done fighting you. I'm excited we won a game.
So am I.
And I'm excited our defense found a way to get off the field again and win. Everybody thinks everything needs to be a blowout and a rout. It's not. The NFL's hard.
I agree.
You got to make plays. You're totally discounting the fact Enagbare made a huge play, and you're totally discounting the fact that we knew he was going to roll out, and Keyshawn Nixon, now if he sees number 2, I think DJ Williams, he's got a touchdown. He didn't, because we had some pressure coming off the left side. So I'm amazed that you're looking at this as saying the defense stunk and that the Bears blew it. The Bears didn't blow jack. The Bears played good football in the second half. They did. They're a good team. We got to be done with this Lions-Packers. The Bears belong. They proved that today.
I'd agree with that.
But we're better.
Yes,
hey,
I agree with that.
We're better than they are.
Yes.
At least today.
Yeah, I'll go with that. All right, sugar-free, you're on.
I don't understand you, man. I don't understand you.
Okay, let me just repeat it again, okay?
Let's get Shug.
The Bears in the second half, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, and then the last interception when they drove some 50 yards.
And then they needed a touchdown with 3 minutes left. What'd they do?
They threw an interception.
Oh. And what did I say? Homer, I just want to make sure I'm crystal
You talked about how the defense closed the deal.
I want to be crystal clear with you.
All right.
I never said, boy, was the Packers defense dominant today. I said from the jump, they closed up shop again. Another closeout. This team, Homer, NFL games are determined in the fourth quarter typically and the last drive. We've closed up more than we've given up this year. That was again today, and that's how you win playoff games. That's how we beat Philadelphia on the Super Bowl run. That's how we beat the Bears. That's how you win playoff games. And we did that again today. Nobody was saying it was the 85 Bears defense dominating the Bears. I didn't say that. I said we're great at closing up games, and we did again. Shug, what do we got?
Taking care of business.
It's true.
How many times since the first week have I said TCB? It's all that matters.
Yep.
It's all that matters that they win, and it's all that matters is that, the defense maybe, but do you see that the offense got off the field real quick in the second half? You're going to blame the defense for being out there that long? Homer,
I'm going to
answer that, please.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 and outs, but no, it's the defense's fault.
Yeah, when you're one of the top defenses in the league and a very good defense, when the opposing offense, after you dominate them in the first half, how many points did they give up in the first half? 3. And in the second half, Chicago, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, and they were driving on the last possession.
But Homer, you did not answer my question.
What's the question? What's the question?
The question is, the offense of the Packers, they got off the field, correct? Too quickly. Correct?
Yes, they had 2, 3 and out.
Yes or no?
No, but that
correct.
But are you then saying that explains why the defense was so bad? Is
correct.
Correct.
Then
don't tell me the defense
I'm going to tell you what happened with the defense. I'm going to tell you what happened with the defense.
Yes.
Okay, as you both saw the game, Caleb Williams got out of the pocket constantly, right? So the next game that we play him, that's not going to it'll occur, but we're going to handle it better, okay? He can't sit in the pocket and throw a ball, okay? So he gets nervous. He needs to be contained. And that's it. So in the next game that we play him, it's going to be more convincing, okay? And the defense will play better, all right? So we won this game, and we have a, 4-game win streak, right?
That is
4
correct.
games?
Yes.
Okay. Next week, Denver, you say you can't go on a win streak and finish out the season. Well, one of these teams are going to lose, and one of them are going to win, okay? And I'll put my money down on the Packers to win next week because Denver shot their load. I think they're done. We're going to come in there and smacking them up. You want to see a defense next week? You wait. I can't wait. Harvey's overrated.
Hold on. You better make sure.
Harvey's overrated.
You better make sure the offense
they have
doesn't.
no run game other than Harvey.
You better make sure the offense doesn't have 3 and outs because if they do, then you really can't count on the defense.
Don't worry.
No. So the offense.
Did you like that? Did you like the offense? Did you like that offensive last drive that they scored?
Yes, that's the great.
That's more like it. The run game.
This is.
Did you like the run game there?
This is Jordan Love. This is all about Jordan Love, not about the defense.
Jordan Love, that was all about Jacobs. The last
series was.
Drive was about Jacobs.
Yes, it was.
Yes. So taking care of business. I mean, let's start saying it. Taking care of business is all you have to do is take care of business. And we're going to take care of business next week. We'll take care of business against the Bears, take care of easily against the Ravens, and then easily against the pathetic Vikings. So we will be first. We will have the bye. Guaranteed bye. 13-3-1.
Let's go.
For those
nothing's wrong with the Packers defense.
Joining Sugar Free,
Rams got to lose one, I think, right, for us to get the bye.
Oh yeah, but they have to play the Lions. They have to play Seattle.
We'll see.
So the Lions are going to beat the Rams.
Right. I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
And Seattle has to lose. Seattle has to lose one. So what's going to happen is the Lions will beat the Rams. Lions will beat the Rams, and the Rams will beat Seattle. And then that's it. Clear path.
There we go.
8-0. And first round bye.
You're halfway there. I'll give you credit.
His 8-0's looking pretty good, home slice.
No, it's not. It's not looking pretty good. But it's halfway there. He's still alive. That would be the biggest key. To be alive
Well, next week you're going to I'm going to be really excited on next week's call. Can't wait. Can't wait till they smack him in the mouth.
Hey,
can't wait.
Shug, we're gonna put this poll in the field. I got to get your take on it. Are the Bears better than you thought they were coming into the game?
No. Their defense was a little better than I thought, but their offense isn't. Their offense is what I know what it is. Caleb's not a good quarterback.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Just help me out on this. Of course, maybe it was because they were tired, but the offense is so bad. Now, you think the Packers' defense is good, right?
Again.
All right, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. So all this. So everything
Caleb
the Bears
got
did
out
was
of
just,
the pocket.
Well, I know, but so everything the Bears did in the second half was because the defense was so tired. Because I agree with Touser. The Bears were impressive. The Packers were in total
Let me tell you another thing.
At the start of the second half, I didn't call to ask him to start the postgame.
I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing else that you have to really think about. Is this game should have been out of hand for the Packers without all those penalties, with all those personal fouls.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, this game could have been a 28-3 halftime score. Done. The game would have been done.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's,
taking care of business, I'll accept that, but I'm amused by your concern over the health of the players because the offense had 3 and outs. But I don't remember that. I don't remember that in past postgame shows ever. But it was cold, so
we're good. We're okay.
No, taking care of business. You're right. You said 8-0. You're 4-0, and yes, they took care of business. Thanks, Shugs. Next caller. Packers win 28-21, and yes, they lead the division 9-3-1. Bears are 9-4. The Lions are 8-5, and Minnesota. Apparently, you can't count the last game as easily as I thought because they played pretty well, though they are just 5-8. Your calls with Tausch.
Minnesota's done. Hey,
they're done.
Minnesota, it's over.
Well, but do you take the last game as a guaranteed win?
We will beat Minnesota.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. More with Tausch next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Bucks legend Michael Redd. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Homer here with a message about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. Three Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community: active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. Three Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You got to go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on Three Pillars at threepillars.org.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
Packers win 28-21. We will have the dog of the game. I think that one's going to be pretty easy, but I might speak too soon.
Yeah, you're going to I don't think it's going to be easy.
Really?
There's a lot of guys that made a lot of plays.
On that last drive of the Packers?
Well, who scored 2 touchdowns before that to do that, though?
That's true. He was more like the
defensive
Greyhound.
back that scored a touchdown as well in this game. A lot of dogs today.
All right.
I just want to make sure, because I know I'm getting some text. Are we okay? We're fine. Did you just think the defense sucked today? Is that what I'm
in the second half?
understanding?
Yes. At the standard that they're adhered to and the standard they showed in the first half. I was going to say maybe. What do you think about doing the post game early? They gave up 3 points. The Bears had 50 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
Did you anticipate?
Just had a hunch, though.
Did you ever anticipate the Bears to have an offense in the second half, touchdown and 2-point conversion, field goal and touchdown, and then go 51 yards in 3 plays on the last drive?
I'll say this: I did think that had Green Bay gotten the ball in the first and went the second half and scored, we would have started the post game early. They didn't. Kudos to Chicago. And then, Chicago's offense, we're going to pull this. We'll throw this up. I'm going to unauthorized.
They started running the ball way more.
Is Chicago better than what you thought they were coming in? And this is crazy to say because they were the leading in the division and the number 1 seed. But I emphatically am saying yes. Like, Caleb Williams did some things. Their run game, that Manung guy, I want him on our team. He's a hammer.
And remember, they're missing their top receiver.
Yeah. Odunze wasn't even in. The Bears, I think
Burton?
we have to come
Who the
to
hell
grips
is Burton?
Well, I don't know.
We got to know.
The Bears, you have to give them credit. I think we all thought, well, they haven't beaten anybody. They beat Philly. They got their O-line fixed, and that is what's changed. This, like, Ben Johnson has changed. I'm not taking it. Ben Johnson's a really good coach. He outmaneuvered and out-schemed us in the second half, and he deserves credit along with the defense not playing great. But the Bears are much better than I thought they were, and it will be an absolute dogfight having to go down to Soldier Field in a couple weeks trying to beat them.
Let's go to Will. Who do we have first? I want to make sure I get to the people.
Jeff in Milwaukee.
Jeff in Milwaukee. You're on with Hall of Famer Mark Touser. Let her fly.
Tausch, Homer. It's a nice victory, huh?
Yes. All victories are nice.
Yeah, this one was really sweet. So, okay, so in terms of do I think the Bears are better than I thought they were? No, because as you remember from probably 3 weeks ago when I called in, I said the Bears are good. So I'm not surprised. I think that the Bears are a good team, and I think Ben Johnson's a good coach. One of the signs that I think of a really good coach is we really controlled the first half. They came out they had more intensity than we did in the second half, and they changed their game plan a little bit. Both of those are signs of a good coach. Homer, you can say what you want about his last pass. First of all, it wasn't that underthrown. It wasn't. I mean, Nixon had to jump up to get it. But what about all the amazing throws Caleb Williams made before that? I mean, you got to take both. I mean, he made some crazy amazing throws. So, it is what it is. As far as the Packers defense, I think what Sugar Ray or Sugar Cube, whatever,
Sugar Ray,
was getting at.
Sugar free.
Yeah.
From a diet. And he's been changed to Shugs by
what
Touch.
I think he was getting at is when they came down and scored, we had the ball for literally like 5 plays, and we scored. So our defense had very little. Remember, we hit that slant to Watson. It was not a long drive. Having said that, Tausch, I think in the second half, their offensive line really controlled the line. They just did a great job, and you can tell almost that they were challenged at. Yeah, they were challenged at halftime and said, you know what, you're getting your butts kicked. You got to do something about it. It was a great overall win. I'll tell you, so my dog of the game, quite frankly, is Josh Jacobs, because he made a move on that last drive. There were literally 3 Bears in front of him.
Yeah, 4 guys around him.
I mean, yep, great play.
That was an insane play. One of the people I got to give a ball to, and I know you guys are going to be shocked, is I'm going to give a ball to Matt LaFleur, and I'll tell you why. I was worried when Jordan threw that first pick that he was going to start to get conservative. And I'm so glad that he didn't. I think he is learning to trust his quarterback and his quarterback's ability to make plays. And that can only be good for the Packers. So, I mean, Jordan, in the last 2 games, he's got 7 touchdowns and one pick. Tausch, since you played for so long, are you seeing a sense of evolution with him, that he is just settling in now and is just really becoming more mature? I mean, what are you seeing when you see him play now?
Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Oh, there is a maturity and an understanding of what is being asked. And I thought today, he threw a bad pick early in the game. I was worried. I was wondering, is this going to tighten things up? Is this going to, put the ball in Josh Jacobs' hands more?
After that interception, I think his quarterback rating was perfect. I'm not sure, but someone.
And let me finish, Jeff, and then I'll let you finish.
Sorry.
And with that, I just was so impressed, because we all want everybody to play perfect. And the reality of the NFL is you're going to make mistakes. It's how you bounce back from those.
Right.
And I was going to ask Homer what his rating, but I don't think there was anything else close to an interception. He put the ball where he needed to. He believed in what he was doing, and I thought his bounce back from that was fantastic. Go ahead, Jeff.
Exactly. That was exactly what I was saying about LaFleur. I didn't want LaFleur to tighten up, with the offensive play calling, and he didn't. And that, I think, is a huge sign of his trust. And, by the way, his quarterback rating was 120.7.
Right, but after that interception, I think it was perfect. I mean, to have a quarterback rating of 120 with an interception is pretty rare, I think. But anyway, I just think I saw them.
Do you know? And the other thing I think is encouraging, and it's just I'm not trying to, Musgrave is kind of getting his feet under him a little bit. You know what I mean? I think he's getting a little bit of confidence, and I think that can only help that offense. I think he got robbed on that play review because they called it a catch, and there was nothing on that review.
What a great angle.
We couldn't see if the ball hit the ground or was moved. They just didn't. They never showed it. But I agree with you. Given what we saw, you had to say it was a catch, and they didn't. But.
Right, and then the other thing is when they called that an incomplete pass instead of a fumble. I don't think that ball ever touched the ground. I think it was an interception.
No, it should have been an interception. Evan Williams, it was an interception, 100%. Yep. Horrible call by the officials on that.
They rolled over, and it looked like it didn't hit the ground. All right, Jeff, we got to go because we have Taus with Flush It or Flesh It. You were going to say something, Taus?
With all that said, because that was a horrible call, Musgraves, you could say, I don't know, but the way they ruled it, it was, and you still overcame all that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think, Homer, the thing you're misunderstanding from me, you're a media optimist or a perfectionist. You want to see everything line up beautifully and everything is always perfect and we should win by 17 and you can start your post-game show early every week because we're the best. And what you don't understand is this league is so blanket competitive, and when you have niches, yes, your defense, which is very good, does give some stuff up. You don't chastise and say they're the worst ever. You say, you know what, but when the money was on the table, did you make plays? And they did. And that's why it irritates me to the degree you irritated me, because you're going to give stuff up, but did you do it? If they lost that game, I would be in your club. That was a brutal half of football. Can't win like that. But you have to go with the results of a game. Otherwise, why are we playing? You know what I mean? What is this, college football playoff? We just start projecting what we think should happen? That's not, baby. You win, you go. And they won because their defense closed up shop at the end of the game. Go ahead.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't change. I say that's correct. They closed up shop. If Jordan Love had thrown that pass, would you have said that the Chicago Bears defense closed up shop? That's all I'm asking. And the answer is no.
No.
So why is it different with Caleb Williams?
Because I look at this defense in a much specialer way.
Okay.
And I look at Jordan Love as he can't make that mistake at the end of a game.
Right. It is time for Flush It or Flesh It. Actually, that's next. And then all the callers. Packers win 28-21. They are now in first place. And I haven't seen the line as far as what the situation is.
We're
guessing
favored in Denver is what our boy Big Cat just
by a point, two, something?
Boy, that's well, if
impressive.
You're under 3, you're favored.
Right.
That's
impressive.
Homer, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm starting my week off picking Denver. I could change my mind as the week goes, but I am a believer in Denver. I was in April, and they have a 10-game win streak at their place. Right now, I'm believing that Denver's going to beat Green Bay next week.
And my view is I'm just taking the Packers every week until someone beats them. I don't think they're going to go 8-0, but I'll just they seem to have that little something. Today is a good example where they find a way, or somebody will beat them. No, but I'm sure you'll tell me why is that? Because Caleb Williams is the quarterback. Yes, that's why. Now they may have still won the game in overtime. What?
Because, Homer, they have a defense that closes up shop.
All right.
And we haven't had that in a long time. Matter of fact, I think the last time we've had a defense that closes up shop was
2010. All right. Your calls, 1-800-990-3776, and flush it or flesh it next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at Brewers.com.
A blizzard of $300,000 in prizes is rolling into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. It's Arctic action. 1 in, Step 1. Earn entries with your rewards card December 1st to the 18th. Step 2. Show up for Thursday drawings. Step 3. Be ready for a chance to pick from a weekly prize board. As a bonus, there'll be a jackpot drawing for the leftover prizes. Arctic action. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and Cola, refreshing Bacardi Lime and Soda, or a smooth spiced and Cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out The Best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman every day from 2 to 5. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Flush it.
We failed multiple times with bad ideas. I didn't know were bad till I realized they didn't work.
Or flesh it.
Yeah, that's one idea. Or we can work as a team.
Brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company. Business technology managed. Taking the worry out of your office equipment and IT needs.
The Gordon Flesh Flush it or flesh it. Touser, you go first.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal. That's as true on the football field as it is in the office. And the Gordon Flesh Company, they have been providing cutting-edge technology for companies of all sizes for over 65 years. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Flush it or flesh it. The Green Bay Packers will win the division.
We can flesh it out a little bit, but today was everything. I thought today was going to be the deciding factor. We already went through what Chicago has left ahead of it, and it is daunting. They got to play the Lions. They got to play San Francisco. They got to play us again. So, going to be tough sledding. While we have a very difficult road game in elevation next weekend, we have a little bit of runway, and I feel like we'll be favored to beat Chicago again down there. But today was everything. If Caleb had pulled that last play off and they beat us going for 2, I would tell you the Bears had won the division. They didn't, and that leads me to think that today was a game the Packers, if they wanted to go and win a championship this year, they needed to win. And they did. Because I think had they not won today, they would have been asked to more than likely win 3 road games in the playoffs. And we got closers like we did in 2010, so I'm not going to say it couldn't happen, but boy, oh boy, would it make it a lot more difficult. And this group today found a way to get it done, and it positioned themselves in a really great way to win the North and to be a 1 or a 2 seed in this upcoming playoffs. That's what they did today.
Everybody will be disappointed now if they don't win the division.
Yeah,
That's
I agree with that.
Expected standard. The Gordon Flesh Company, flush it or flesh it. And now we go to who's been waiting the longest?
Levi,
you're on with Hall of Famer Mark Touser. Packers win 28-21.
Hey, what's up, guys? The Bears still stuck, right, Tausch?
That's right, Levi. You know it.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Give me a second here, guys. I'm just parking it back to my apartment. Just don't want to crash.
Sure. Don't crash. But safety first. Safety first, Levi.
Exactly. Okay. All right. I got a couple of positive and negatives from today's game, Tausch and Homer.
Okay, what do you got?
My negative was before Keyshawn Nixon's game-winning interception, he made 2 stupid penalties that he did during the game that really got me nervous and a little bit ticked, though, on some plays he did. Sometimes he makes me nervous when he does a lot of trash talking, as we all know. That's how he is, though, but
take the good take the bad with the good.
Exactly. And my positive is the Packers still own the Bears. That's all I got for you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.
That's it.
All right, Levi. Yeah.
All right.
This was I think the Bears feel-out game. I said all week that I thought Chicago fans and everybody were like cautiously optimistic about their football team, but they know their barometer and their measuring stick is the Green Bay Packers, and they weren't sure where they fell. I think they can fly home, and I think they can feel pretty good about where they stand because they fought tooth and nail. And while I think we're a much more talented football team than they are, they gave us everything we wanted tonight. Everything.
Ben Johnson will take the blame. I look forward to what he says after the game.
Yeah, I think he will too.
I messed up on the final series, is what he'll say. But yeah, I think that the bottom line is what Shug say, and you allude to it. They took care of business. You had to win, and they did.
That's what they did.
And so they're 9-3-1. The Packers, by the way, are a 1.5 favorite in Denver. But
Crazy.
I am surprised. I would assume just automatically Denver by 3. I mean, Denver's playing well, and they're at home. And I don't think
I would bet after today, we're second favorite in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl.
Seattle. Does Seattle fit in there?
I think it's the Rams and then us.
I would say so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's.
I'm going to tell you this: Rams come to Lambeau for the NFC Championship game. Sign me up. I couldn't be more excited about that. I like that a lot.
Yes, and that will be determined and made easier by winning the division.
Well, you have no choice but to win the division to do that.
Correct. But you may have to play him somewhere else, was my point, and be able to play him in Green Bay. That hasn't always served the Packers well, but I don't really know that has anything to do with this season. A line stolen from the football coach at Indiana, who's been told a million times how horrible Indiana football has been for a million years. All right, we will get to the dog of the game, and we have something we've only done one other time called the Fresh Take. That's next, along with your calls. Packers win 28-21. This is Green Bay Game Night.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch, and I've got the perfect gift idea for you. A holiday design gift box filled with all your favorite Kringle flavors from Racine Danish Kringles. No wrapping, no stress, just pure holiday joy. My family and I love it when the Kringle box from Racine Danish Kringles arrives at our house, and you can have it happen too. Go to Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH to order today. Racine Danish Kringles is the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. Racine Danish Kringles, it's not just a treat, it's a tradition. Visit Kringle.com.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. This season, 2 new players. Number 1, Marcus Howard. Number 1 is Jersey, and he's also number 1 in career scoring now and likely forever. And number 22, Jarrell McNeil, the all-time leading scorer until passed by Howard. McNeil represents the new standard. The number 22 is not retired, given that Jim Jones, number 22, retired last season, and Sean Jones wearing number 22 this season. So the jersey with the name is retired, but the number might be worn again. Medicare can be confusing. It can be a lot to consider when you just want medical and financial security. WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance keeps it simple. You have the freedom to see any doctor in the U.S. who accepts Medicare. Planning on moving? Your plan moves with you. Can't get much simpler than that. Call Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. WPS Medicare Supplement Insurance. The intent of this advertisement is solicitation of insurance. Contact may be made by the insurer or a licensed agent. Neither Wisconsin Physician Service Insurance Corporation nor its agents or products are connected with the federal Medicare program.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. It's time for the Sit Mean Sit Dog of the Game.
You see these dogs in your front yard?
Jordan Love.
Dog.
Josh Jacobs.
Dog.
Micah Parsons.
Dog.
Matthew Golden.
He's a dog.
Presented by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training in Waukesha and Milwaukee. Visit sitmeansit.com.
You gotta beat a dog. And I'm like, man, we got dogs.
The dog of the game. Your dogs don't always listen to you, or you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what I say? Look no further than Sit Mean Sit. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Mean Sit Dog Training today in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. Go to sitmeansit.com and check out their Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. And now, the dog of the game, according to Packer Hall of Famer Mark Touser.
Oh, man. There is so many to choose from tonight's game because a lot of guys made a lot of plays. I want to give an honorable mention to J.J. Enagbare. His game-saving tackle coming down, beating his man inside on that 3rd and 1, setting up that 4th and 1 pick for Keyshawn. That play should not be overlooked. We'll all remember Keyshawn jumping up and making the pick and smoking the cigar in the locker room.
Never would have happened without Enagbare, who came from nowhere. That was a first down,
Homer,
for sure.
Homer, that play saved the game. You legitimately, your conversation we started with would have been the tone of the show had they went down, because they get that first down there, they use a timeout, they got 40 seconds. It's a whole different set of circumstances. So what a play. But I don't know if this is the low-hanging fruit you talked about. It's Josh Jacobs, man.
On that drive.
He was special.
3rd and 1
he
from
was
the
so
27. 4 Bears surrounded him. And he got 21 yards. And then the final touchdown, that wasn't a touchdown. Yeah. He made it a touchdown.
Yes. He was. That's why Goody brought him in a couple years ago. He's been everything you wanted. And for everybody that has talked about, well, you don't get to run your offense, you don't get to do this, you can't, Josh Jacobs, not that big a deal, up. I hope everybody that said that watches the 4th quarter, and I hope they rescind their statements about Josh Jacobs.
Oh, I neglected
because he is my woof, big dog, low-hanging fruit dog of the game.
I don't know that we have to have different ones. We always do. Not tonight. I agree. And on that drive, the first play was an 11-yard run by Jacobs. He also had a catch of 7 yards, the run of 21, and the touchdown from 2 yards out.
Yeah, he was a dog, man.
And
it was hard. He had to earn everything. He was a dog of dogs today. That's why we both had to pick him.
Yes.
And by the way, Homer, Christian Watson, by the way, you could pick him as a dog and everybody be like, oh, yeah.
He's the greyhound.
Oh, yeah.
He's the greyhound of the game.
And Jaden Reed coming back from a collarbone for 10 weeks, and he showed his impact
18-yard catch in that final drive as well.
A jet sweep along the way. Woof him up. Give him the big woofs.
The all dogs of the game. All right, let's get to who's been waiting the longest. 45, is that Paul? Paul, you're on with Mark Touser. Let her fly. Packers win 28-21.
the Bears weren't who we thought they were, but we also didn't let them off the hook. Tausch, everybody's right here. Let me make one comment, and I got a couple of questions for you guys. The comment is, hey, this rivalry is back. I mean, he may be a cocky SOB, but Ben Johnson can coach, and Caleb Williams convinced me today he's going to be a very good NFL quarterback. I think we've left the Lions and the Vikings in the dust. This could be 5, 6, 8, 10 years of these two guys. I don't know about the coaches, but the quarterbacks. And I think that's terrific. It was a heck of a game, and they do belong. All right, here I got two really simple questions for you guys. Do you think Sean Payton's one of the 5 best coaches in the NFL?
Yeah, somewhere around there, closer to 5.
Yeah, I'd say he's in that range.
Okay,
sure.
Do you think playing at altitude and before one of the most fervent fan bases that has now got a team that's 11-2 is one of the toughest places to play in the NFL?
I would think it's one of, yep.
Well, it's certainly in the top 5 in my book. Okay, so here's my point. If Jordan Love wins that game next year, I think it's still very tough for the Packers to get the number 1 seed because I think Seattle and they play each other, but Seattle and the Rams are just killing everybody right now. But if Jordan Love goes and wins that game, I will say right now, unequivocally, with the only exception being a 38-year-old quarterback who has won the Super Bowl, but he's not going to be around much longer, I will say unequivocally that we have the best quarterback in the NFC, better than Hurts, better than Goff, better than Caleb Williams, better than Sam Darnold, better than Dak Prescott. We have the best quarterback in the NFC going forward for years to come. And I know we thought this about Rodgers one day, and it never happened, only the one time. But I do think this guy has the capability of getting to multiple Super Bowls. I don't think that's an exaggeration. The way he played today after one stupid mistake was impressive as can be.
Check it. I think his quarterback rating was perfect, but someone else.
Homer, I'm sure you're right, but the way he picks up blitzes, the way he can throw on the back foot and find Watson or find or Bo Melton or find somebody open. He's a cool customer. He's getting better before our very eyes. He may never have the precision that Rodgers had, but you know what? He's got something. There's something special here. If they win that game, that's going to be a tough game there. I'm surprised the Packers are favored.
He increased his chances in discussion for MVP.
Absolutely.
He's still
I wouldn't be
He's
shocked.
Still a dog, but
it's going to be Stafford, but I wouldn't be shocked if that line turns over this next week, because Denver's for real. They're not. Bo Nix is playing. He's not Jordan Love, but he's playing very well, and that defense is better than the Bears' defense. Trust me, it's a very, very good defense.
The Broncos' defense is much better than the Bears' defense. There's no arguments on that.
Way better. I agree. I was a month ago, I was really down and wondering what the heck was going on here, and of course about LaFleur as well. But they both showed me something. And I just think we have to, I can't wait for these playoffs. Right now, if you say, okay, I don't know about home field, but I'd like to have, we lost to an old man in the cold in Green Bay. And I for one, Stafford's never played great here, but I don't know that I want him necessarily to be coming to Green Bay. We can go to L.A. and beat them. But I just think these playoffs with the teams that are in this mix are terrific. And, oh, by the way, the AFC is weak. I mean, the NFC, frankly, I know we'll probably live to regret these words, but I think the NFC is the Super Bowl. I think the Broncos or the Patriots or the Buffalo Bills, the Ravens are a joke right now. They aren't as good. Seattle and the Rams are the 2 best teams in football, and the Packers are probably 3rd. And the Eagles are the defending champions, by the way. So I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited.
Everybody's excited.
Well, you didn't sound that excited coming in.
I wasn't excited because I couldn't believe that you didn't make as part of this game.
That I didn't say Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson.
Yes.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was impressed.
They were lucky. I didn't know who to blame the most, and the Packers defense sucked in the second half.
No, there's no blame.
You don't blame.
Hey, Homer, when you win, you don't blame. When you win, you don't blame. What do you not understand? You've been doing these post-game shows for 70 years. What do you not understand about that? You win, you rejoice, and then you talk about what you need to do better and what you do. But when you win games, You celebrate, man. I know Marquette Hoops is down and stinks, so you don't know about winning like we do at Wisconsin, but that's another story.
Yes.
So to Paul's point.
But the analysis does not
you should
change.
Be excited.
Did they win because they were lucky on the last drive? Yes or no?
No, they didn't win because they were lucky.
On the last drive.
They earned everything today. And I'll say this. You should be excited about this.
Hold on. I want to ask this again. If Jordan Love had made that pass, would you have said that the Bears defense earned everything they got in the second half?
Nope.
Okay.
I would not have.
All right. That's all I'm asking. All right. Now we get to the fresh take. You alluded to it a little bit, but I want to do it. By Mando. It's football season, tailgates, touchdowns, and stress-packed fourth quarter. Stay fresh no matter what with Mando deodorant and sweat control, clinically proven to block odor all day and keep you dry up to 72 hours. Wish I'd had this as a teenager. Get 20% off plus free shipping at shopmando.com, M-A-N-D-O, with code LAMBO. That's shopmando.com, code LAMBO. Protect your pits and smell great during it. And you mentioned the play that should never be forgotten by Kingsley and Egbari.
Were you stanky as a kid or
Yes,
what?
I was. Yes, I didn't.
You're a little stankalicious, huh? Okay.
Well, I
always
now that you brought that up, now there's no need to go any further on it.
Well,
but,
you brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
Well, you followed.
You brought it up.
You added to it. We could have just let it lie. But yes, the play that cannot be forgotten, and you need to watch it again, was Egbari because he just made that play. He cut across. I don't know that somebody missed the block, but I don't think they thought he could
read it. And he went across the face of the guard or the tackle that was trying to kind of ride him out. It's called like a back. We called it a scoop block or an under block where you're comboing up and you're working. And he followed it, read it, and went. And it's one thing to go down the line and make a play. It's another to stop him stiff in his tracks. And I think that was Monungai, who is a bear.
Yes.
Like, not only a bear as a Chicago Bear, he is a bear to get down on the ground.
You're not going to do that if you're facing him. He was only able to do
it was
that
such a good
from the
play.
side.
It was such a good play. And I just want to, if I may, I tried. And then you started talking about bad body odor and everything else that was going on. I want to, Paul's point on it's okay to be really excited about this football team. This is a really good team that we have in Green Bay. It's one of the best teams in the NFL. Does that mean we're going to go to a Super Bowl? No. Does it mean we can? Absolutely. Does it mean we're positioning ourselves to give ourselves the best chance to do that? Today was a great step in doing it. The road is still difficult, and it's going to be real. I think next week will be the toughest test.
The next 2 weeks.
And then you follow it up with another tough test.
Yep.
But, man, this is a fun, really good football team that has – not even really played its best ball. And what are we, 10-3-1 or 9-3-1? I keep forgetting.
9-3-1. Yes.
Okay.
And a 1.5 point favorite at Denver, which tells you that the odds makers have some respect for the Packers.
They like
as well.
Green Bay a lot.
So the fresh take presented by Mando, the award, which doesn't exist, but we've given it anyway, to Kingsley and Egbari. More of your questions, comments for Mark Touser, the Hall of Famer, next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Give the gift of game this holiday season and spread the joy with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. A guaranteed slam dunk for every fan on your list. Recipients can score tickets to Bucks games and other Fiserv Forum events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get their favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a big win for both you and them. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/gift cards.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Discount Liquor. Did you know that George Washington served his own homemade version of eggnog made with rum, rye whiskey, and sherry? Well, a lot's changed since the days of our first president, but one constant has been celebrating the holiday season and upcoming new year with family, friends, and loved ones. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow. The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
All right, it is Packers. They won 28-21, and as Shug says, they took care of business. Wait until you realize and see the last play. DJ Moore. They showed a picture of him coming off the field. I'm guessing he might have been the number one. It's hard to explain how open he was and how he was right in front of the quarterback. And he was at the 10. There was nobody. All the players went for all the players for the Packers went in the flat. I assume that was that Clement, the tight end? That I don't know who they were following out there.
I think it was Swift.
Okay, Swift.
I think it was Swift, the tailback.
And oh man, it's like he was like the only man in Texas.
You said Ben Johnson's play calling sucked, is what you told me.
No,
that's what you told me.
I said his time management on the last series was horrific.
Yeah,
he blew it. They had 2 minutes with the one. They could have run the ball down the Packers. Find out what the Bears were averaging per run. Okay, they had more than enough time.
4.3 yards on the day.
And that's
4.3 on the day.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the day. I'm talking about the second half because that's when it changed.
4.3.
Not in the second half. There's not a chance in the world.
No, second half was good. Yeah. Listen.
So that was my
Ben
point.
Johnson did some things different.
He was so sure they were going to score that he didn't want to score too soon so that the Packers could come back. There's no other explanation for it.
Homer.
Yes.
Yes. That's what a good coach does because he was going for 2 in the win. He wanted to give them nothing. So he didn't care. And by the way, If J.J. Enagbare doesn't make that play, his plan worked to perfection. And by the way, I think they ran the ball there, which is what you're clamoring for, and it didn't work.
They could have run it again, but he had so little time.
No, you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth on it.
I'm not.
Run the ball more. But you got to gain the yards.
I never said run the ball more.
Somebody made a play.
I never said run the ball more on that. My complaint was he didn't use his timeouts, so he could have had so much time left to decide what to do. Instead, they're down to Homer, 27 seconds.
So, Homer, let me ask you this.
And he put pressure on his quarterback, who he knew he can't believe in.
I understand what you're saying, but here's the deal. 30 seconds left with 3 timeouts at the 15-yard line. You don't think that's enough? Like, come on. That's where if he doesn't make that play, that's the position they're in. Take your timeout, 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line or 20-yard line, or maybe even less, I don't know, and you have everything at your disposal with 2 timeouts. You are, what you're not going to do in this case is go for 2 and give. I actually thought LaFleur should have started using timeouts.
So should I?
I thought I am not in your camp at all on any of that. None.
So then I should
Just for the record.
I should thank Caleb Williams 3 times and not Ben Johnson.
For not seeing DJ Moore and for making a poor throw on the end, yes. But you got to thank J.J. Enagbare, the unsung hero of this game.
That too.
If he doesn't make that play, we maybe win 28-27, but we could have lost 29 or
even
29-28.
Making that play didn't force Caleb Williams to be as bad as he was.
It didn't, but it forced them to throw the football, and it did force them to do things that they didn't want to do. That wasn't part of his plan. Okay? It wasn't.
What wasn't part of his plan?
J.J. Enagbare stuffing him on 3rd and 1.
Okay, well, he could have also
you don't
just
realize
run
this.
on 4th
He doesn't
down.
make that play.
Yeah.
He doesn't make that play.
They keep running the ball.
We either win 28-27 or we lose 29-28. That's how big that play was.
Well, but only because they screwed up so badly on the next play. Right? I mean, we very easily.
But yes, but Homer,
yes.
You're putting more pressure on when you force people to go 4th down, and then you have to make it. Guys will drop the ball like J.Mo Williams did in Detroit. Well, you laugh, but
No,
Homer,
but I
is
mean,
it easier to sink a free?
But this was a 1-foot punt. You watch the replay of that, and I don't know how your position can be as strong
Ask
as
Mark
it is.
Brooks how that 1-foot punt at Augusta was when he had a chance to win Augusta and he missed it.
Again, it happens, but how many other million times have they made the punt? All right, we will get to we got to do Tito's because it's a win. Well, it's a Tito's all
Handmade
the time.
Vodka, America's favorite vodka for a reason, distilled 6 times until it's just right. Man, Tito's makes great vodka, but they also give back to the community, doing great things for dogs, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas, crafted to be savored responsibly.
And now, the Packers, a 1.5 favorite. We get the final words from Mark Touser on the Packers' 28-21 win. By the way, I would think most of the people who bet probably won. It was from 5.5 to 6.5. If you had to give 7 for the Packers, then you didn't work very hard at it. So I would guess everybody who picked the Packers in the betting world, or almost everybody, won. And Tausch, now with the final words.
Well, my final words are the Bears are a much better team than I anticipated. It was a great game today. It was what a playoff game looks like, feels like, smells like, and what we continue to see from this team is they get off the mat, you throw an interception, we're going to almost throw a perfect game after. We need Josh Jacobs to be a hammer, he'll be a hammer. And when we need our defense to make a stop, our defense makes a stop. That's winning playoff football. That's winning championship quality football. Today, the Packers were tested in a big way in the second half. And while Homer will continue for the next 3 hours telling you how much the defense stunk in the second half, I just want to remind him, the 40-year veteran broadcaster, that it's about results and it's about closing up shop. Did you care if Mariano Rivera gave up a run in a 5-run game in the ninth? You didn't. You cared about him closing up shop, getting the ball, and putting the New York, New York song on the thing. Well, today they're singing I Was Born in a Small Town up in Green Bay because they closed up shop again, and the fans are walking out of there happy, and Chicago is thinking what could have been on their long drive/short flight home. That's what having a closing out defense is, and that's what this team has shown this season. Thank you for your time.
Packer Hall of Famer Mark Touser, Gary Ellerson, and your calls. Next, Packers win 28-21.
Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your Jingle for Your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat. With a flaky crust and sweet icing, it's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off-key.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. Time flies when you're running your business. It's getting to be the end of the year. How are you doing? Are your books in order? Do you know what your tax liability is going to be? It's never too early to start planning, but it can be too late. How does the new tax law affect you? Should you be doing anything to take advantage of the changes? Many business owners ask us what is one thing they can do to make sure they are not leaving money on the table. No one wants to pay more taxes than they have to. We often hear, I didn't know I could do that. Call us now to see what you can do before it's too late. The first meeting is free. Call 414-325-2040 now. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040. Or visit us at nealgroup.net. That's NEAL group.net.
Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, your back, or your shoulders. It's time with family and friends. But in 2026, that all could change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. Dr. Ashley Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics here in Milwaukee believe relief doesn't just come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost. It's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. QC Kinetics delivers that long-term relief that you're finally looking for. Make the new year your turning point where pain stops defining you. It's time to take that first step. Literally, time to walk, enjoy the holidays, live without pain, and live without hesitation. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation today at QC Kinetics. Give them a call at 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining,
poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It is Packer Green Bay Game Night. Homer, thanks to Mark Touser. Joined now by Gary Ellerson. We will get to your calls, 1-800-990-3776. But right now, Gary Ellerson, who does not have opening statements, he has a soliloquy. We do this on Friday when he comes on the Homer Hour, unless he wishes to describe it differently for Green Bay Game Night. Gary?
Homer, how you doing, buddy?
A win is good. Very disappointed in the defense. They got lucky, but the Packers won, so that's the bottom line.
They got lucky?
Yeah.
What do you mean they got lucky?
You just have to watch the last play. Ben Johnson did let the clock go down way more than they had to. They could have just run the ball, but Enigbarbe made a good play. I could have thrown the pass to, who is it, Moore? DJ Moore? I mean, it's hard to comprehend. I mean, it was a bad pass in the end zone, but, I mean, that's... you played, so you watch it. I say this and you get mad, and it doesn't mean the Packers would have lost the game, but the defense dominated in the first half. In the second half, the Bears touchdown, field goal, touchdown, and very easily could have had a touchdown again. I'm sorry, that's not acceptable for this Packer defense. That's horrible, and I don't want that forgotten, even though they did and should be known most for winning the game. But your soliloquy, not mine.
Well, no, that's not. That's okay. They get paid too, Homer.
Yeah, that's what you say when you play like crap. The other side gets paid.
They get paid.
They get paid, but you play them two quarters. I mean, they dominated them the first half.
Well, and then they went back in halftime, rearranged their game plan, and figured some stuff out and came with something different. And then when it was time to make a play, the Green Bay Packers defense made a play.
Okay.
And that's all that matters. Yeah, I don't disagree that the game plan in the second half and that the Bears offense dominated our defense. They did.
Right, but go ahead.
But at the end of the day, they made a play when they had to win the game.
But only because the quarterback made a bad play. Here's what I said to Tausch. Yes, it does matter.
It doesn't matter.
If Jordan Love had made that pass, would you be giving credit to the Bears defense?
Yeah, because he made the wrong play. I mean, I think it's you're trying to build a perfect game. Sounds like to me that's what you want to do, and that's really not how it works. And you've done this long enough where you've seen teams not play well. Then all of a sudden they start playing well. They figure stuff out, and then all of a sudden you then see, and like in basketball is different, but you start seeing like certain players rise up and they make a couple plays and they get hot and then they win the game. I think that's what you saw with the Green Bay Packers second half. Give credit to the Chicago Bears second half. I mean, they did everything that they did to the Philadelphia Eagles for 4 quarters. They did it to us for basically 2 quarters. They're a really good football team. They can run the ball. They can control tempo. We had our way with them in the first half. They figured it out, and then they came out and shut the door. You can't minimize, well, you got this dude open over here, and this guy was open, he was coming in front of his face, but he decided to throw it over there. No, you can't. It just really doesn't work like that, because I think as Caleb was running for his life, he's trying to figure out where to throw the football, and that's what he came up with.
He wasn't running for his life. He was rolling out. He had to throw it across his body. Again, I'd have to ask to find out if, in fact, Moore. You could tell how bad it was by Moore, and when they showed him coming on the sideline. That tells you all you need to know.
Well, he missed him.
Right,
but Caleb Williams,
right in front of him.
To me, Caleb Williams was running for his life. To me.
Oh, okay.
And so, why was he running for his life?
Because if you feel he was running for his life because of pressure by the Packers.
Okay, thank you very much. That's what I feel.
Okay. Is that your soliloquy or?
Yeah. That's my soliloquy.
The soliloquy is they got it done, right?
Yes, they got it done. A win's a win.
Are you ready? And you have been hesitant to do this, to elevate your view of this Packer team now?
No. Okay. It's a week-to-week league. Week to week.
All right. What are you thinking this week then? They now lead the division. Should they win the division?
And which I told you earlier,
mm-hmm.
and on the Homer Hour on Friday, to me the big game is going to be at Soldier Field.
Yes. So
I stand by that.
Well, I would say this: if the Packers can win in Denver, it will make the game in Chicago less than the level that you presented. But if they lose in Denver, oh, baby, that's big.
Yep. Now it's another showdown.
Yes.
It's even bigger because you don't have many games to try to rectify it.
That's correct.
And if you and I haven't seen scores around the league yet. I don't know if there's any upsets or anything like that, but we normally been seeing huge upsets every week of teams that are highly favored, who we thought were the number one team in the league. Now
that didn't happen.
We saw
Seattle whooped the Falcons. Bills beat the Bengals. Titans and Browns were playing for the Big Ten championship. Vikings crushed the Commanders. Dolphins and the Jets. Who cares? Saints and the Buccaneers. Who cares? The Jaguars are now 9-4. That's Steelers. Aaron Rodgers. Now, that may help the Packers. Ravens may just be a mess. Packers do play them. Broncos beat the Raiders. It was closer than thought, but often the games are with Denver.
Yeah.
And they are now 11-2. The Rams, by the way, put a crushing on the Cardinals as expected. So this was the first week, in reference to what you say, in which there really was no shocker. And
big upset.
There have been many of them.
Right. And it should even out, but as you get into division play, and everybody's fighting to try to get into the playoffs or seeding, it's going to get interesting this next couple of weeks. That's what you have this week. That's what you have.
Are you surprised that the Packers are an early favorite of 1.5 in Denver against the 11-2 Denver Broncos?
So what does that really mean?
It means to me that the odds makers feel the Broncos have been winning close games against everybody, even bad teams like the Raiders, and they could lose at home because they're not as good as their record.
Right. So it means the Packers are favored, right?
They are.
If it's one?
Yeah. And usually the home is favored by 3. They're playing in Denver, so it's a point of respect. All right, Robert in California has been waiting more than an hour, which is no record on this show. There's millions wait. But, Robert, you're on with Gary Ellerson. Let her fly.
Hey, boys. Thanks for taking the call. Listen, I'm up here in sunny California celebrating. What a game. I'm excited. And I think we have to look at this game for what it is. This was a playoff game. All right, we're playing against the top dogs in the North. They gave us everything they had. They had a dominant run performance last week, and we held them to less than 150 yards. And listen, Homer, I have to disagree with you to a certain extent because although the defense didn't perform at the level we expect in that second half, if you look to the beginning of that third quarter, we had a chance to step on their neck. All right, we were up, I think, 11 points. We get a touchdown on that drive. We're up 18. We're up 3 scores. All right, so they're going to have to abandon the run game at that point. And this game wouldn't have been close. And I think that's what we need to focus on moving forward, is really stepping on teams' neck, taking advantage of the opportunity. The same thing goes for last week against Detroit. The game shouldn't have been that close. You look back to playing Arizona. it shouldn't have been that close, right? So I think our defense was gassed. I think our offense is extremely talented. What I like about this team is we can beat teams in so many different ways. If we have to beat them in the air, we can beat them in the air. If we have to beat them with our run game, we can beat them with our run game. And our defense has been solid all year long. That's my position on this.
How many points would they have to give up in a half for you to be concerned? They gave up 18 in the second half.
Not about, I mean, it's all about missed opportunities. I mean, honestly, you go 3 and out to start the quarter. How do you go 3 and out?
How does that then make you think the defense is going to go to hell?
Well, because they couldn't get off the field.
That was the start of the second half. They'd been resting the entire half.
Well,
the Packers had the ball 4 plays. Starting the second half, Chicago goes down, scores a touchdown, because they actually started to run the ball. Then the Packers had it and scored quickly, and then the Bears get a field goal. And the Packers are 3 and out, and the Bears get a touchdown. And they go 51 yards in 2 plays on their last drive. How can you find any defense for any defense, especially one that's as good as this one? This is a very good defense. We agree they're like 5th or 6th in the league, 6th in points given up. They were lucky to give up only 28 in the second half against an offense that is not that good, right?
Yeah, 21.
At home.
We held them at 21 points.
They gave up, as
21
I said.
points. That to me is a win.
All right.
Well,
How many would they? If they gave up 40 they gave up 40 in the second half, but won 43-40. Would that be okay? Just curious how many they can give away.
So what happens? What happens if we score in that opening drive?
I don't know.
Throttle them.
Well, now I don't know how you can say that because Chicago scored every time they had the ball in the second half. Why would a score by the Packers change what they did? Hold on, I'll let Gary go. Gary, go ahead. I've made this point already, so there's no reason for me to continue. Nick and you can take it away. I will concede defeat.
Nick has a bone to pick with you. Sounds like because
but you can assess the defense.
You don't want you don't want to give the Packers any credit defensively for making a stop.
No,
I mean some teams figure you out and they do, but you got to make the plays in order to win the game. And the Packers did that. You don't even want to give them credit because you're talking about doggone DJ Moore was open. This guy, he was open.
Correct. They got lucky.
The Packers made the play.
They did make the play.
Okay. Then let's just say this. All the wins that the Packers have, they were lucky to get them.
No. So what if he had just handed him the ball? What if Caleb Williams had just handed the ball to the defensive player? Would you have said the Packers made the play? At some point, they make a play because the other team screws up.
The Packers forced Caleb Williams to throw an errant pass.
All right. Okay.
Now, if you don't see it, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, if you see the play and look at Moore and still say that, I don't know what to say.
The Packers forced
the bottom
Caleb
line is
Williams
shouldn't have gotten to that.
to make an errant play.
Okay.
Sure, you can say we shouldn't have gotten to that too. There were a lot of opportunities for us to come out and really bury them, but we didn't, and those are the ebbs and flows of the game. And you're right. When you start talking about there's no way we should have lost to Cleveland. There's a lot of scores that we could have, would have, should have, could have that we did. Now we're nitpicking. I would say this. I think right now the Packers have figured out who they are and what they're going to do and how they can win. I think early in the season you had guys hurt. You didn't know if Jordan Morgan was a left tackle. Was Jordan Morgan was he a left guard? Was Morgan a right guard? Was Morgan? And he was all over the place. You didn't know if Belton was Belton a right tackle or was Belton a left guard. What I think what we have figured out now is we have an offensive line after the Tucker Kraft injury that we're gonna run with, and it's Belton at right guard. I think that is kind of what's happening to the Packers. While offensively, I think that they're playing better. And now you've seen it's not U71, but the U70 packet. What's the kid's name? Is it Kincaid? Kennard? Kennard is now coming in and really in obvious passing situations, which now that took the place because you don't have Tucker Kraft, so you need another blocker in the game. I think what you're seeing is the Packers are still getting better right in front of your face.
I'll go with that. Yes, especially starting with their quarterback.
Yeah.
And have the options that he have improved.
Right.
But the offense is, we worried about Kraft, but it would seem with Watson and Reed and what they have, their offense might be better now than it's been all season. Probably because they solved the offensive line. What do you think?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's why, because I feel like they've solved some of the situation they have with their offensive line.
Because, we know this. At 21 all, Packers get the ball.
Yes.
I know what I'm thinking.
What you thinking?
They're going to go down and score.
Right.
Yeah. And it was
right.
Jacobs went card. So are they going to score a field goal or touchdown? Now you're starting to think more and more like they can get a touchdown. So,
right.
But, all right, the questions for Gary Ellerson coming up next. Packers win 28-21. Green Bay game night. You and Gary Ellerson are next.
More Green Bay game night coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Homer here for Window Nation's end of the year sale. It's cold here in Milwaukee, and if you've been thinking about new windows, it's good you waited, because during Window Nation's end of the year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. On windows that stop the cold wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and so energy efficient, you'll save money on your utility bills. Installed in 1 day. Lifetime warranty and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon. Don't miss out on big savings. WindowNation.com to get started.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
The holidays are here, and I don't know about you, but for our family, that means more time spent inside the house entertaining family and friends.
Hi, we're Mike and Michelle, owners of Professional Construction. You know what, Michelle? You're right. This year, forget those boring gifts. No more blenders, no more socks.
How about this year, you give yourself that brand new kitchen or the basement rec room so the kids have a space to call their own.
No matter the project, you can count on us.
Happy holidays from all of us at Professional Construction, Inc.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at brewers.com.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Packers win 28-21. Gary Ellerson will take your calls, 1-800-990-3776, and I'll get to those on YouTube. Millions are watching, not just listening, but watching. Aria, in Franklin, you're on with Gary Ellerson. Let her fly. Yes. Millions are still waiting.
Hello?
Yes.
I got 2 questions for you. Okay?
Yeah, we're ready. Question number 1.
Let's go.
How do you think Nixon played today after his 2 penalties?
Excellent question. He responded after the game saying that he doesn't give a, I can't use the word, he doesn't give a F, he plays for himself or whatever it was. But I'm curious, Gary, how do you think he played?
Who's that?
Keyshawn Nixon. Had a couple of penalties, one of which I don't know what he did. He didn't deserve, like, after the guy hit him in the face, but...
Well, I mean, he's just one of those guys that lives on the edge, and he's going to make some bonehead mistakes, and he did tonight. But there's nobody else to put in because there's nobody else that's better than him. So you got to continue to play. He made the play at the end of the game to win the game for you. So you're not going to take this guy out. I mean, you chew him out a little bit and try to redirect, but you're not going to bench him.
You'll put up with that stuff if he makes those plays at the end of games.
Yeah, that's stuff. That's Harry High School stuff.
All right. Question number 2 for Gary Ellerson.
Okay. How do you think that the offensive line played today?
I think they're getting better. I think they're coming around. I still think they're not getting up to the second levels as much as I would like them to, but you can start seeing runs of 6, 7, 8, 9 yards for Josh Jacobs, which means that they are getting to the second level in some regards, but they need to be a little bit more consistent within that. I think Anthony Belton, the rookie, now that's at right guard, I think he's stabilized a lot with what they want to do in a run game.
Aria, thanks for the call. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we aren't talking much about the offensive line anymore. Remember when we used to? Like, what happened here? What happened there?
Every week.
Now it's like, all right, sounds looking pretty good. All right, we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to let you answer the question that everybody has, and even LaFleur mentioned it in the postgame in terms of saying, I don't know what holding is. Because I think it's fair to say, and I'll have to watch tape of others, but I think it's fair to say it seems like they hold Micah Parsons on literally every play, and they do it in a manner in which you think, like, they just grab the jersey. And I thought there were certain things, if you do, Touser talked about, that you're going to get called. And I assume if I'm playing, I think that against Parsons, I can get away with about anything because whatever I do, he's still going to go by me. So the official is going to say, well, I guess it wasn't that bad against Parsons. Similar to the way they complain about Giannis. He's so strong that you hit him with a hammer, he still makes the basket. So the officials saying, well, really, I mean, in most players, a hammer is a foul. But so we will discuss Micah Parsons. And there are comments all over the place. And I think they're all justified because for anybody who watches goes, wow, they show that on other things when there is a flag called, and there's almost never a flag called when the grabbing and holding on Micah Parsons is seen in a major way. Gary Ellerson has the answer next. Packers win 28-21.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
The holidays are the perfect time to thank the people who make your business shine. At Alpha Custom Apparel, we help you create custom gifts and branded apparel that show true appreciation. Whether it's polished polos for your sales team, cozy quarter zips for employees, or thoughtful giveaways for your best clients. We make it easy with fast turnaround, creative options, and Midwest service you can count on. This season, give gifts that build pride and strengthen relationships long after the holidays are over. Visit alphacustomapparel.com and start your holiday gifting today.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
One of the best things about the holidays is going home and spending time with family and friends. One of the worst things, getting there. Holiday travel can be tough, especially driving. If you or a loved one needs help after an accident this holiday season, we're here for you. Our top-notch team of experienced professionals is available 24/7. Be safe this holiday season. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We've talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde & Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat with a flaky crust and sweet icing. It's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off key.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Packers win 28-21. They lead the division 9-3-1. The Bears are 9-4. The Lions are 8-5. Minnesota's 5-8. And the Packers play next in Denver, where the Packers are actually a 1.5-point favorite, even though Denver's at home and their record is 11-2. They have unimpressed week after week. This week, they barely beat the horrific Las Vegas Raiders. It is time now for Gary Ellerson to talk, as he does so well and appropriately, about his partner.
Team, we'll talk about good friends over at the Jury Center. 'Tis the season to celebrate. 'Tis the season to celebrate your significant other. If you're looking for watch, ring, necklaces, whatever you may think that your significant other needs, my good friends over at the Jury Center can help you with all those needs. And you know what? You can be just like me. I chose to get wedding rings at the Jury Center. You too can get wedding rings also at the Jury Center, and they're going to give you the best possible deal on any piece of jewelry that they have in their store. But you got to tell them that Gary Ellerson sent you. Now, 4 locations: Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, and a new location in Mequon. You can also find them at shoptjc.com, shoptjc.com. Or if you want to go in person to those 4 locations, walk in the store and tell them that Gary Ellerson sent you.
And now, Gary Ellerson with an explanation on what the hell is going on in terms of the blocking of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I don't know, and I have heard from a lot of Cowboys fans, it was like that for when he was there. And, I mean, they're blatant grabbing this joke around the throat, holding them. It's all up high around the head. And the refs are looking right at it. They're not calling it. I can't, for the life of me, understand why this guy doesn't get holding calls. They probably could throw one every play because he's just that damn good, but they are not throwing holding calls at all against him. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Hey, can you say you can remember anything like it?
I don't recall anyone as blatant as this is. I mean, this is for everybody to see. Normally when you see a guy hold, they get the jersey and the hand is up inside. I mean, normally some of that stuff, you know, you see. But with him, they're actually grabbing him around the neck, Homer. I mean, I don't – how do you not see that?
I don't.
Now, of course, you know, I was at the game, and sometimes when you watch the game live, you don't get all the replays and all those types of things. But from when I'm watching at, you know, live, it goes by so quick. But from what I can tell all year long, they are holding him up high around his shoulders and chest and neck, and he's on the outside, so it's not like the ref can't see it. So it's not like he's playing, you know, nose tackle where you have a lot of bodies in there, but he's around the outside so you can see it. Never seen anything like it.
And they move him all over the place, and it's amazing how it just seems like he makes everybody miss.
Well, I mean, that he does. I mean, I was watching him today, and I was starting thinking, but you know what? He's more like he's very elusive. I don't know if I've ever seen a pass rusher like this. His first steps, the way he sets you up, I mean, he can blow right past it. You don't even touch him. I mean, it's crazy that what he can do. And we've talked about this. I think he's more in the mold of Derek Thomas, if you remember him back in the day.
I do. Another player that the Packers could have taken when they took Tony Mandridge. Those people don't realize that. Yes. But I'm just, because it doesn't seem like he has a bull rush, but he does kind of start it there, and then it's like, well, I'll just go around you. I mean, he's able to move people back. It's not like he just has to run around them.
Right. And he's so quick, he can go up and under you without you even touching him.
Yeah.
And that's how these guys start holding him, because he gets past them, but they'll reach out and grab him around the neck.
And he never falls down, which seems to help sometimes in getting penalties.
He should. I was thinking that too. He should fall down more, but he never does.
Yeah, it's because he wants
coming.
to keep making a play.
Yeah,
Nick,
he just keeps coming.
Nick, you're on with Gary Ellerson.
Hey, boys. Nice to talk to you. Congratulations. Big win today. A lot of really good points. I think I'm calling in from Ohio. I'm 34 years old. I grew up watching LeBron James. That's kind of what you are with Micah Parsons. You're just not going to get the foul calls because you're just so strong. It's Michael Jordan with MVP votes. It's the exact same thing. My question for you, do you think he should flop? Do you think he should, I'm not saying fake an injury, but maybe go down, maybe draw a little bit more attention so you get these flags? Tom Brady did it as a quarterback.
Yeah, I think he should, no doubt. I think the obvious ones that up around his neck, he should just fall down. Absolutely, 100%. Because that's the only way you're really going to get. You got to draw some sort of attention to it. And right now, he does not do that. He just keeps coming. But the hole is blatant. I've never seen anything like this before in my lifetime.
It's very egregious. It's obvious, and I tried to look up the stats before I got the call in with you guys to see how many penalties he's drawn offensive holding wise. It feels like zero compared to like guys like Myles Garrett, which, I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of Cleveland games, but talk about Cleveland games, might be a trap week for the Bears next week. I'm just saying, I know it's at home, but it might be a trap week for Chicago next week.
I'm hoping so.
Whatever, because all I'm thinking about are the Denver Broncos, 11-2, playing them at home. A Packer
win. Are you
win.
playing for the Lions?
What?
Are you rooting for the Lions next week?
I haven't even thought about it.
They're playing the Rams.
Like I said, I mean, I haven't even thought about it. The most important game by a tenfold is the Packers beating the Broncos in Denver. Whatever happens other than that is secondary in a huge way. You would agree?
I would agree. And I would also say that Denver, the reason that Green Bay's probably favored is so Vegas can kind of get more action headed toward the Broncos because they aren't a real attractive gambling bet. I'm just going to say that right now. But that is the Packers' Achilles heel. A mobile quarterback, a smart head coach that is so stubborn that runs the ball. It doesn't matter who's back there. R.J. Harvey had a great game this week. He's a great running back. And guess what? Sean Payton, he wanted him. That's one of his guys. Took him in the second round. Mobile quarterback, steady run game, and one of the best defensive players in all of the National Football League, shutting down probably Christian Watson. He's gonna tail Christian Watson.
Got it. Thanks for the call, Nick.
Thanks, guys.
1-800-990-3776. Do want to mention Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee. Dozens of self-service kiosks and over 2,000 square foot video wall, seating for over 200, full restaurant and bar, VIP deck and more. It's a sports betting paradise, they tell me. No, it's also just a sports paradise. You want to watch any game, any sport, you want to go there, and you will not believe how good it is. And the food, and the setup, everything. Bet above the rest. And Monday at 6 o'clock, when you have had time to think about it and settle a little bit, it is Gary Ellerson and Greg Matzik to talk about the Green Bay Packers. You'll be there tomorrow night, right?
Absolutely, buddy.
What happens usually in that day for you? Does anything change, or do you tend to have the same thoughts you have right now after the game?
Well, no, because after I get done with you, I got to go take a Tylenol. That's not funny?
I didn't know if you were going to follow it up with more. Like, I usually take a Tylenol. Some weeks I have to take multiple. I thought you would go even deeper on it. No. You can't bother. You can't bother me. You just tell me settle. Yeah. Just settle.
Just settle, home team. So,
right.
No, I think the next day, and most people settle. There's the right word, and you're not so emotional, right? Right after the game, most people are very emotional, but. I mean, it's a game that the Packers won, and so most Packer fans are not as emotional. They kind of see it with a clear head. You're the only one I think they're spit fire today because you think the defense stinks.
No, the defense doesn't stink. The defense is very good. That's when they perform like they did in the second half. Yes, that for them stinks. And they got lucky at the end of the game. We all need to thank Caleb Williams for screwing up, or it would have been even closer. Doesn't mean the Packers would have lost.
Was Caleb Williams standing still trying to throw a pass, or was he under duress?
He was not under duress, but he was not still. The reason he wasn't under duress, just like I said, they were worried about him running, and they were willing to let him throw the ball because he's rolling left, and understandably, it's tougher to throw that way.
Yeah, but he was under duress. Who was chasing him?
They chase him. Come on, in football, you have people chasing you when you're a running back. That doesn't mean you were under duress. No, it's not. No, sometimes you're under duress. They're out there. They're just. They're not
out there. Okay,
no, they're not going after you because they don't want to make it a possibility that you could run because he's a great runner. You just need to look at Moore on the sideline after. He can't believe it. I believe he thinks Mr. Magoo could have seen him. You got to be old to know that.
He missed the guy because he was under duress.
He missed the guy because he was already looking into the end zone to that guy, I think. But
correct. And because he was under duress. He didn't have time to survey the field. All he had time was to look at one guy. He didn't have time to look at 4 or 5 guys.
No, I didn't have to look at 4 or 5 guys. The other question I would have is, and Moore, no, you know this, there's an order. I don't know if Moore is the first guy.
Yeah, I don't either.
If he's the first guy, then it's even worse than I've stated.
Yeah. What was the read? But we'll find out.
Because they, I didn't like the way it was time management. But yes, Nixon made the play. You can't take that away from him. He made it. He's got to be there to make the play. And there have been games when he didn't make the play or he's been prone to penalties. Well, this one, he gets credit for doing it. But my only discussion was that you can't not accept what went on in the game if you believe in the defense. Now, in the end, it does come down to figuring out a way to win. And they did that. The offense
and that's what you got to give them credit for.
Right, but I give them credit, and that credit, because the credit to me goes to the offense. Because the game got tied, and the Packers were in control of this game, right? Did you feel they were in control? They led 14-3 at half. When the Bears scored, the Packers came right back, and they're leading by 10. Now the Bears scored.
I would say this, Homer. I never felt that they were in control of the game.
Wow. Okay.
Because I saw them play recently, Philadelphia. And I saw them play all these other teams where they came back. No lead has not been safe playing against this Bears team. I felt like all along they had us right where they wanted us all along. They're a good football team.
Down 10, you have them right where you want them?
They had us right where they wanted us because they've come back on several teams this year. How many last drives that they've had where they won games? That's how they won all year long.
All right, I'm watching the play again, and I want you to watch it. And I don't think you're going to say that Caleb.
Duress.
All right, okay. I want you to watch it, and because they were literally not going after him, they were keeping a space between themselves and Caleb Williams. Like, I don't want to get too close to him because he'll go by me. So is it under duress if they're not running at the player? They're giving him a 5-yard cushion, and it was a wise 5-yard cushion because he messed up. Is that still duress, a 5-yard cushion?
Yeah, he's under duress.
Was
he being chased?
He wasn't. He was being watched. But I want you to watch it because you'll have a day. No, I want you to watch it.
No one standing there watching him. He was.
They were literally running not toward him, but they were running right on the yard line. Let me look at it again. Right. They're running right at. He's at the 20, and they are running across on the 15-yard line, getting no closer to him whatsoever in the process.
Duress.
All right.
Duress.
Okay. It is 8:29. We will have more duress with Gary Ellerson. Alan is waiting. He'll be next. Yes. Which is, I believe there's more duress dealing with me than because they're the Packer defensive linemen and stuff. He's going to go right by him if they try to get too close. But I will I'm going to be watching and listening tomorrow night at 6 after you watch the video, because you'll see it on Twitter, and then if you still believe it's duress.
Okay.
Gary Ellerson, more next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 15 retired in honor of Butch Lee. He finished in 78, and the number retired the next season. It's hard to believe that any player could ever equal what Butch Lee did at Marquette. Part of the national championship team in 77, and the Final Four MVP, and the next season, the consensus National Player of the Year. So much success, it's not necessary to bring up any statistics. Number 15, Butch Lee, did everything. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning has helped small businesses build smarter, more affordable medical and employee benefit plans. From health insurance to customized coverage options, our experts make it simple to protect your people and your future. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac Jr. today to get started. 262-783-6161.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA and founder of the Neal Group. We want to say thank you to our clients we helped in 2025. You are why we love what we do. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Cheryl clean up 2 years of QuickBooks so the business could see a path to a bright future when they now had good financial information in their hands. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him $103,000 in penalties plus another $152,000 in taxes because we know the tax law. Imagine the stress lifted off your shoulders after you talk with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Everyone wants the Emirates NBA Cup.
The temperature is rising.
30 teams started. But only 8 have advanced to the single elimination knockout rounds. To survive, they'll have to be hungry, relentless, ruthless.
Are you kidding me?
They all want the cup, but only one team can claim it. Who will capture the cup? Emirates NBA Cup knockout rounds begin Tuesday on Prime.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Packers win 28-21. This is Green Bay Game Night on Homer with Gary Ellerson. Coming up soon, Jason Wilde. Want to mention Window Nation, 90% customer satisfaction, which is great. I think they're fantastic, but you should really think of what the customers think most. This month, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You can save big, too, with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you get 0 interest for 5 years. And remember, with Window Nation, they can do it right now. You can't, not fast, like now, right now. The sale ends soon, so schedule your free estimate right now at windownation.com and tell.
So I'm a Packers fan, lifelong. But, one thing that irritated me all week about the game was that, everybody on the air was kind of acting like the Bears had no chance to win this game. And I like seeing the Packers win games, but I like seeing the Packers win games when both teams are playing at their best. And for some reason, everybody kept harping on this, the Bears have, give up too many yards than they do, turnovers or whatever the hell. And acting like that was supposed to be some magic pill that the Packers are going to win this game. That stat means nothing. And I think what you saw in this game, that was a heavyweight fight, man. The fact that they, got those 2 touchdowns or the touchdown going in before the half, I mean, basically that game was 0-0. They just got they got some few points before the halftime in it. But if you look at the halftime to the end of the game, that was a heavyweight fight. That was a 9-3 team. No team in the NFL gets to 9-3 by being a bad team. You can't look at that defense and tell me that was a bad Chicago Bears defense. The Packers made some plays, but that was not a bad defense. And in 2 weeks, when they play again, I don't want to hear on the airwaves, everybody acting like the Bears don't have a chance to win the game. They had a chance. And that thing came down to the last few seconds.
Yeah, it did. And, Gary, I think you have presented this from the beginning in terms of respect for the Bears and expecting it to be tough in 2 weeks as well. Do I have that right?
Yeah, they're a very good football team. But I think the league is what it is. The league is very competitive, and that's the way the NFL won it. They stacked all these games at the end of the year, so it will matter. And I think that's what you're seeing. Now, I didn't expect the Bears to be this good, this fast under Ben Johnson. I'd be lying if I say that. But they've got a really good football team. They've got a really good run game. He's right. Their defense gives up a lot of yards, but I think they lead the league in takeaways. And we saw Jordan Love threw one right to him. But for the most part, we saw how good the Chicago Bears really are.
Yeah, they're. It's going to be tough to win in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And that game's going to mean something again.
Yes. But if the Packers can win in Denver, it will make it mean a little less, which would be nice to have a little cushion.
Correct. Yeah.
Thanks, Alan. 1-800-990-3776. Let's go to Sean in Sun Prairie. You're on with Gary Ellerson. Packers win 28-21. Yes, Sean, millions are listening and watching. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Hello, Sean.
Good evening. Yes. Good evening. Hey,
are you ordering food now? What are you doing, Sean? I'm just curious.
No. Can you hear me?
Can we hear you? I don't know if we can hear you or whoever else you're talking to can hear you. We don't know who we are.
I'm not talking to you. Yeah, no. Okay. I thought Jordan Love played exceptional tonight, MVP level. I think LaFleur let the Bears back into the game with the soft play calling and the defense play calling.
Hold on. How did he let him back in? How did LaFleur early in the second half or something? Or
yeah, early in the second half, letting the Bears drive down the field, letting Caleb Williams break out of pocket and run down the field. There was no containment after the Bears pivoted to him moving, running the ball as effectively as he did. So I put that on the coach. But, when money was on the table, Keyshawn Nixon intercepts the ball. So you got to take the gritty win. I don't think there's a runaway team in the NFC this year. I think we could be the number 1 seed. I'm changing my tune a little bit.
No, the Rams are. I think the Rams are. I think the Rams are. They're not runaway, but they're the favorite.
Yeah, they lost to Carolina, though.
Again, you have the entire season to look at. I think we're just discussing how they're the best team in the NFC. How much better they are than everybody else, then we can discuss based on that. But Gary, who's the best team in the NFC?
Yeah, I would have to go with the Rams right now. If I had to do, if I had to do a top 5, I would say Rams would be 1, Packers would be 2. I would say Bears 3.
I'm going to put Seattle up there.
Maybe Seattle 4. Toss up at 5. I still like Philly.
Just out of what they've done.
Did either of you adhere to Fat Jack's advice on a low-scoring game today?
No, he missed that one. That's why gambling's hard. You don't hit everything.
Yeah, he did.
I was so far. Well, you just can't pick one spot. I was. He was very good on Ohio State and Indiana. So, but yes, anybody who you follow, you want them to be at. You will be happy at 60%. But yes, he said the under. He was saying it was
going to be a low-scoring game and it was going to be run-heavy, and it was the exact opposite.
No, it was run. It was It was run heavy for the Bears in the second half.
Yeah, it was run heavy.
And then Jacobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. I know what you're saying. The Packers had the big plays on the long passes. Both teams did run the ball, but they passed better than Fat Jack thought because he didn't have this many points. Right about that. Yeah.
And that's fine. That's neither here nor there, Brett. I mean, excited that Bo Melton, was found in the end zone. That, we should start the campaign Bo knows, like Bo Jackson did 30 years ago.
No, we have to start the campaign. It's over about who's the number 1 wide receiver.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's
Christian Watson.
But yet, you feel with Reed, they have a brand new one too. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. And that's what I was going to say. Gary, did Reed look like good for having a broken shoulder and whatever that foot injury was? I mean,
he looked pretty good.
Like a brand new guy.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, looked pretty good.
Yeah,
and you can see what he brings to the table.
Yeah. And Gary, I know we ask this every week, but it just seems like Wilson gets more yards than Jacobs per carry. Or am I crazy?
I haven't looked at those numbers because if you start looking at carries, I think Josh Jacobs has more carries, therefore his average may be down a little bit because of that. It's easier to be the second guy than it is the first guy.
Okay. And do you see them expanding his role going into the playoffs? I do. I think they should.
No, I think Jacobs is the guy. If he gets hurt, then Emmanuel will fill in, but it's the Josh Jacobs show.
Yeah, I would say it was today. It's been less. Yeah, I think Wilson seemed good, but I would say it's. I expect the future to be more like it was today. Wilson did pretty much close to nothing, right?
Right. And I mean, because when Josh Jacobs was out, Wilson really had a great game, and everybody always wants to see more of the number 2 guy. I think he has a role. He fits it. I still think he's really good. Wilson, he can break some runs for you, but Josh Jacobs is your guy.
Jacobs had 22 touches for 92 yards, passes and runs, and Wilson had 3 carries for 10, and that's all he was used. All right, thanks for the call. And, Gary, it is a soliloquy to open. I don't know how you close I keep forgetting. You don't like closing statements. There'll be more of Gary Ellerson.
You ask the questions, what you normally do.
Yes, usually on YouTube, and they're more mad at me today than anything that you said. Do you feel how much better?
What you do to people.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you do that to people.
How much better do you feel about the Green Bay Packers after this game than you felt before the game?
I would say this. I do feel much better only because I thought the Devontae Wyatt situation was really, really going to hurt the Packers, where they couldn't stop the Bears at all up front. I thought, considering that, I thought the Packers defense played pretty good in the run game. Also, I thought we're figuring out that Christian Watson is the guy, and everybody else is kind of behind that.
And they're using him in different plays now. We're seeing him catch plays different than just run down the field. He's in the slot, and he's on the outside.
Yes.
So he's being featured. He's been featured. The offensive line, I feel like they know where they are there, what they want to do. And Jaden Reed just gives you another wrinkle. Unbelievable.
Yes. All right, Gary, everybody can catch more of you at Potawatomi tomorrow, 6 to 8, 2 hours.
Yep.
With Gary Madsen.
Is Jason Wilde coming on?
Jason Wilde is next, yeah.
Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. Thanks, Gary.
All right, bud.
Jason Wilde next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at Brewers.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
The holidays are here, and I don't know about you, but for our family, that means more time spent inside the house entertaining family and friends.
Hi, we're Mike and Michelle, owners of Professional Construction. You know what, Michelle? You're right. This year, forget those boring gifts. No more blenders, no more socks.
How about this year, you give yourself that brand new kitchen or the basement rec room so the kids have a space to call their own.
No matter the project, you can count on us.
Happy holidays from all of us at Professional Construction, Inc.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Packers win 28-21 thanks to Mark Touser, thanks to Gary Ellerson. And now, the time for Jason Wilde. Good evening, Jason. This is Green Bay Game Night. And you have
they won thanks to Mark Touser and Gary Ellerson. I didn't think they had that much of an impact.
They did. They won because of them, but I didn't know if you would agree, so we're having you on since you talked to everybody. We wanted to know if they were in general agreement.
They didn't win because of me. Yeah, they definitely didn't win because of me. What did those two former NFL standouts think the crucial aspect of the game was?
That the Packers made the play at the end to win the game. They're finding ways to win. This is what winning teams do. They're now 9-3-1. I don't necessarily want to speak for them, but I'm more curious what you want to bring up first about the game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the interception by Keyshawn Nixon, who drops off of his own guy and bails Evan Williams out, who is supposed to be covering Cole Kmet, is a huge play. But I thought what was really important, and look, that's obviously vital. I'm not in any way downplaying Keyshawn's interception. I love the resiliency.
You're going to bring up Enigbare.
No, but I think he should be playing more instead of the guy that plays in front of him. Look, so there's a bunch of heroes here, right? But one of the things that I thought was interesting was just how much, resiliency factors into this, right? Like Jordan Love throws a horrible pick early against a team that's, intercepts the ball more often than anybody else in the league. And then he basically was flawless the rest of the way.
I think he had a perfect quarterback rating the rest of the game, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought he was outstanding. Yep. Josh Jacobs, who has obviously been dealing with that knee injury, who has not been as productive as he would like that run where he, I don't know what it was, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and he gets.
It was 3rd and 1 at the Bears 27, and there were 4 Bears around him, and he went by the entire group or through the entire group.
Yeah, I mean, that was enormous, and then it obviously sets up the go-ahead touchdown. I thought the defense, not only Keyshawn Nixon's resiliency of, he got yanked for that penalty. He spent the next 2 plays on the bench before they put him back in for that personal foul where he got into it with the Bears players. Not only him, though, but, the defense they were out of gas. Right, the Packers went 3 and out, touchdown to Watson, which was a 4-play drive, and then 3 and out again. Those guys were sucking wind on defense. They were exhausted, and they give up the game-tying touchdown to make it 21-21. Earlier, they had given up the touchdown to make it 14-11 in the third quarter, and yet they rose up in the end, even though the Bears certainly moved the ball into position in the final 25 seconds to go win the game. So I thought that was the story of the day, and I think the other story of the day. And I know, I know people don't love my position of, and you and I disagree on it, of this game meaning more now and both teams being competitive. I love it. And I thought today, I was just saying this to Jim Polzine, the esteemed columnist from the Wisconsin State Journal, like Micah Parsons said to us at midweek that, rivalries are more for the fans. It's not about the guys playing. Well, he could have fooled me today. I think the rivalry is back, and there was a lot of chippiness. There was a lot of chirping. There was a lot of physical play. I mean, this meant more than the 11 previous wins, save for maybe the one that LaFleur won in his first game against the Bears in the opener in 2019 in his first game as the head coach. So, I think the rivalry, I'm not saying it's Forrest Gregg and Mike Ditka coming to blows on the sideline at Milwaukee County Stadium, but it's back, baby. And there's some genuine animosity between the teams. And
all right, let's rank the animosity. Who has the animosity?
I think both sides don't like each other.
Really?
Right? Like I think you.
I mean, Keyshawn Nixon gets in fights with everybody. So I'm just curious. Is it the coaches or which players or?
And so I don't. I thought Matt LaFleur again continued to try and kind of hide his irritation with what Ben Johnson said, but there's some there. Jordan Love, God bless him, basically confirmed that, which, it was nice of him to do that since everyone else was basically trying to pretend, other than Steno, that it wasn't a thing. But, he was asked directly, do you get the feeling this means more to LaFleur? And at first he says, it meant a lot to everybody. And then, obviously, we've all known the comments that were out there. Like, again, he acknowledges the existence of that. So that, to me, says if you really don't think it impacted any vibes or feelings, then he wouldn't even reference them. And so there was a lot at stake, certainly NFC North lead, positioning yourself. But now if you can go down there in 2 weeks, 13 days, and beat them again, not only are you going to win the division, but you're going to at least have a chance with some help to get the number 1 seed, right? The Rams and the Seahawks are, I think the Seahawks now are 10-3. I'm really eager to see how that plays out. But my point is that there's definitely bad blood now, and that hasn't always been the case. And the fact that they found a way to win, and that I think Ben Johnson deserves a ton of credit, because I think the reason why this rivalry has heated up is because of him. Like, I think he's kind of a dink who enjoys stirring the pot. And he did it, and I'm sure he was stirring it all week long, and he got a hell of an effort. And if Caleb Williams makes that throw, I'd love to know if they would have gone for 2. I haven't looked at the transcript from Ben Johnson yet, but this was a really, really entertaining installment of a rivalry that has not been overly entertaining when Aaron Rodgers wasn't saying, I own you, I still own you.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's made the Bears are way better. That's what he's done better, more than anything else.
But I think he's also well, for sure. I mean, again, I don't how much better they are. Certainly their record is a lot better. But I think he's ratcheted. I think he's the instigator of the ratcheted up animosity, and good for him if that's the way he wants.
But it wouldn't mean anything if they weren't good. It's not going to mean anything if the Packers just.
Well, no, I think it still means something. Like if the Packers go down there and beat them again, like if they sweep the season series, if they go down to Chicago and win, like it's still it took a hell of a lot more to do it, right, than it has perhaps in previous years. So to me, even if the Packers win it, it still matters because they are a better team than they have been, and they are trending in a direction that they're going to be a problem for the Packers in the years ahead.
Were there any injuries?
Yeah, Christian Welch left with a concussion. Javon Bullard, who played with the ankle injury, said he was in a lot of pain afterward, but he was able to play. So, no, I don't. Wicks injured his ankle, so he was limited in how much he played. I think I don't have the snap counts yet, but I think the snap counts will show that he was unable to play a whole lot and certainly not run a lot of routes. So that would be the other one to watch, because obviously he was great on Thanksgiving, looked like he was finally healthy, and now he's dealing with something else.
And Christian Watson is definitely the number one until further notice. Reed may already be number two, and though that makes the offense better, and they seem to have adjusted to no tight end, and offense looks pretty good. What do you think of that theory?
Yeah, it definitely does. Look, Watson, Rob Domofsky asked Jordan Love after I asked Jordan about whether or not it meant more to Christian than he was letting on. And Christian got a game ball afterward, and Jordan flat out said, it clearly did. These are the guys. Last time they played the Bears here at Lambeau Field, he tore his ACL. And then Watson, who is wonderfully honest, him and Jacobs, they just don't have the ability to lie, it would appear. Because during the week, I talked to Watson on Monday, and he's like, yeah, it's the same team and it's the same circumstances, but I don't want to look at it that way. There's a little bit of that. But then today he basically admitted that as the game got closer, he was really thinking about that a lot. Last time I played these guys here, this is what happened. And I don't know how much more you could ask from a guy coming off of an ACL who was back on the field in, 9.5, 10 months. I just don't know how much more you could ask from him. I mean, he's been magnificent in every way possible, including today where, he catches 2 touchdown passes, catches all 4 balls thrown his direction. This is going to be the challenge with Reed back. Matthew Golden's still clearly not healthy. But look, even Bo Melton's playing offense again now and caught a big touchdown today. So they are, it feels like they are coming together offensively. Now again, the Bears defense is not very good. They take the ball away, but statistically they're not very good. But today they had to work their tails off to pull this off. They had the 2 3-and-outs during the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. So their offense still is not anywhere close to being what it's capable of, but it's certainly trending in a much more positive direction than it was about a month ago.
And lastly, a comment on Josh Jacobs and his runs in that final series.
Yeah, as you mentioned, with 4 guys around him, he somehow manages to get through there. Folks that have kind of, downplayed his importance to what these guys do, I just fundamentally disagree with them. And, he's just such a special player. And he's another one who just has so much respect in that locker room. Like those guys, he speaks his mind and he tells the truth, and he says that they need a number 1 wide receiver and all those kinds of things. But man, the guys in front of him love blocking for him. And today, that drive was so huge, right? I mean, they had the touchdown to Watson.
They led by 10. They were in complete control, and then it was gone.
Right, and they had 3-and-outs on either side of the Watson touchdown. So for that offense, and I asked Jordan what he said to the guys when they got in the huddle to start that drive. He said, "Let's go win a game." Now they did get the lead; they didn't use up enough clock, but then Keyshawn Nixon called game, and so again, they are still a flawed football team. But I don't know how any Packers fan. I didn't get to hear the calls you took, but I can't imagine there's a lot of negativity to be shared.
Yeah, I had the only negativity. I thought the defensive performance in the second half was horrible. So the Chicago.
Yeah,
they were very lucky. I want you to look at Moore. I saw the Moore was. I could have thrown him the ball on the last play of the game. and they showed him coming off the field. I don't know if he was the first option. The Packers were incredibly lucky on the last play for a number of reasons. I
agree.
And so when you say you made
Evan
a play,
Williams admitted that.
Yeah, well, that was even not even counting his in terms of the nature of the pass. That if it had been anything close to okay, it wouldn't have been intercepted. Now it's tough when you're rolling out left, but Moore is there, and nobody's near him because they're all worried about Williams. I mean, there was no that much pressure on Caleb Williams because the guys going after him didn't want him to go by him. So, I mean, I'm just going by what Moore said. I don't know if he was the first option, but that was, classic Caleb Williams, who was spectacular. And when the game's on the line, just made a horrible play. Tausch and I argued about it, and I said, well, if Jordan Love had thrown that pass, would you have been giving credit to the Bears defense as you are to the Packers defense?
Good line.
He said no.
Good line. What did he say?
He said no, but
I appreciate his honesty.
Yeah, but then move back to the whole thing. And he's right. In the end, they made the play, but I mean, if I'm Ben Johnson, I would feel like I blew it. I think his use of the clock was such that he thought they were going to score and didn't want to give the Packers any time. And
clearly,
in the end, but I don't know. I mean, in the end, Caleb Williams just screwed up.
Yeah, look,
epically.
The guy who said that on offense they were winning in spite of their passing game earlier in the week was right, and yet he chose on 4th and 1 from the 2-yard line or something like
14.
that. He chose to put the ball in Caleb Williams' hand. They had timeouts left.
Right.
They could have run it there to get the first down and then had more shots at the end zone.
I mean, that's why Enigbare's play was so
huge.
Be
aggressive.
But because they would have probably had the first down on that play, he made the incredible tackle
for sure
to make it 4. But yeah, they ran the ball at will the entire second half. And yeah, I don't. But they were they could have run the ball, but he'd let the clock go down so low that he didn't want to run it, and I don't know what he'll say privately because I'd like to know if Moore was the first option, and if so, then it's even worse. And he was Texas wide open, and it was there. You can say, well, no, he didn't get open until they passed the ball. Well, I don't think that's true, but I don't know what he's looking at. Clearly, Williams saw the guy in the end zone and thought that's the play. But
that's a tough throw.
Yes.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And my point, and my point all along has been, Caleb Williams is not a great quarterback right now. We can all agree on that.
Right, but he played damn well the second half. I'll give him that.
He did, right, and I think you see the stuff that you want. It's the Homer rule, right?
Yep.
Don't judge a young player based on what they do when they're bad. Base it on what they do when they play well. And you saw it today. I mean, he made some throws that I was like, I didn't think he was capable of making that. It goes back to the conversation we would always have about Love, right? Having watched him in training camp saying, I don't see enough wow throws. And then, he had the luxury of sitting for 3 years. Obviously, Caleb Williams didn't, but you're starting to see him make those types of plays. Now, if he can play within the framework of the offense and deliver the ball on time, which certainly is what Ben Johnson is expecting him to do in the coming years, he's got a chance to be really good. And there is a chance that these two could be battling it out twice a year, every year, in the longest running rivalry with two really, really good quarterbacks. And if that ends up being the case, I will be happy, and Packers fans probably won't be because occasionally their team will lose to the Bears.
All right, we alluded to it a little bit. The injury report presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, and you know them well, and then you alluded to it, and I would just say it's almost like the Packers were injury-free compared to what you expect.
Yeah, the issue with I think the Wicks thing is the fact that LaFleur brought it up unprompted is not a great sign because usually he doesn't do that. There's a guy who has been battling a calf injury all season, finally gets his shot on Thanksgiving, plays great, and then he was largely a non-factor. Fortunately for the Packers, it happened to fall on the same day that they got Jaden Reed back, who they did not hold back with him, right? I mean, they gave him a much greater workload than I was envisioning, and so he, to me anyway, as long as they have someone who can emerge when other guys aren't available at that position, like Bo Melton, when Romeo Doubs didn't have a catch today. I don't even know if he had I think he had one target. As long as they have other guys that do something, they can survive. But if they got to get Golden back. I still think that that's a guy that can do kind of the Devontae Adams rookie year type stuff, where he's a non-factor for most of the time, but in a couple of games he comes up with some pretty big plays. So they got to get him healthy, and obviously Wicks. That'll be one of the questions we'll ask Matt tomorrow, if he had some sort of
how long do you think he's out for a while, or are you acting like you think he's going to be out?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I would say this. He's obviously. Given how well he played on Thanksgiving, my concern would be that he is going to be. He will be able to play through it, but he'll play at a compromised level. And those guys that tough it out, I have a ton of respect for. But if it makes them ineffective, I don't know how much good it does.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, Homer, have a good night. Take care. Be good.
Again, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com today for info. More Green Bay Game Night next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
This season, give gifts that are always a win. Island Resort and Casino gift cards, gaming and dining, poolside fun and overnight stays. Gift cards unlock endless island adventures, like championship golf rounds on Sweetgrass and Sage Run, a blissful escape to the Drift Spa, and an unforgettable evening in the Island Showroom. To buy Island Resort and Casino gift cards, stop by the Island Club or call 877-ISL-SHOW now.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Experience the excellence of Catholic Memorial High School for yourself. Come see how students gain a competitive edge at CMH. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule a VIP tour or Student Shadow Day. Meet the inspiring teachers, welcoming students, and feel the energy of the CMH culture, where all students achieve more than they ever imagined possible. Visit CatholicMemorial.net to schedule your visit. That's CatholicMemorial.net. Catholic Memorial High School in Waukesha, where you rise.
Diamond stud earrings are the Christmas gift that shines brighter than the tree.
If she already has a pair of natural diamond studs from Kessler's, bring them in and we'll give you 100% of the price you pay.
When you trade them in on a larger pair of diamond stud earrings.
That's been our policy for more than 30 years.
We have diamond studs from $198 up to $40,000.
And we have 0% financing for 18 months with approved credit.
And 0% is a really low interest rate.
Some people say that 0% is the very best interest rate.
Diamond studs always fit perfectly.
They never go out of style.
And you can wear them with anything.
If you want to trade in her old natural diamond studs from Kessler's on some bigger diamond studs from Kessler's,
go ahead and pick up her new ones today.
And you can bring in the old ones after the holidays.
Come to Kessler's.
Bigger is better. And blue diamonds are you diamonds.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you and our holiday hours, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
On the actual day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Lakefront, 11 Jims of Beaming, 10 Royals Crowning, 9 Johnny's Walking, 8 Wines of Sparkling, 7 Miller's Lighting, 6 Geese of Graying, 5 Chardonnays, 4 Spotted Cows, 3 Cabernets, 2 gift cards from just one trip to Discount Liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. 'Tis the season to check out Discount Liquor's tremendous selection of over 2,000 varieties of beer, 3,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines from around the world. And yes, we do carry 8 varieties of ready-to-drink eggnog. Celebrate this most festive time with a great selection of beautifully packaged liquor gift sets, sure to make you the hit of the party or as a perfect gift for the liquor connoisseur on your shopping list. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Main and Barstow.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Green Bay Game Night. Packers win 28-21. They next play in Denver against the Broncos, who have lost only 2 games this season, but the Packers are still in Denver, favored by 1.5 points. Packers now 9-3-1, Bears 9-4, Lions are 8-5, and Minnesota, who put a whooping on the Commanders, they are now 5-8. Not that it really matters. The numbers, as I said, Jordan Love, a quarterback rating of 120.7, but that's with an interception. I think it's very rare to have a rating that high with an interception. And I think after the interception, his quarterback rating would qualify as perfect. Jacobs, 20 carries, 86 yards, a touchdown. Nobody's going to remember anything but the 21-yard run on 3rd and 1 in the drive that led to the game-winning touchdown. Christian Watson, 4 catches for 89 yards. And as far as the defense, Edgerrin Cooper, 11 tackles, 5 solo. Quay Walker had 9. Enigbare had the big play on 3rd and 1, preventing the Bears from getting a first down, and they had run the ball. We still haven't gotten, we'll look up for the second half stats. The Bears averaged 4.3 yards per carry, but in the second half, I believe it was over 6, but we'll see. When they did have the ball, they held them to 6-3 and then 1 or 0 on that play. And then after that was the interception by Nixon. All right, the other scores in the NFL, and unlike other weeks, just nothing crazy. The Texans were leading the Chiefs 10-0 at half. It is now 10-7. Seahawks are now 10-3. They crushed the Falcons 37-9. The Bills are 9-4. They won in snow 39-34 over the Bengals. I assume a ton of people lost taking the under when it was that snowy. I don't know. Maybe in Buffalo you can still score a lot of points because it's not that cold. The Titans beat the Browns. No one cares. The Vikings destroyed the Commanders 31-0. I'm not sure anybody cares about that. Dolphins beat the Jets 34-10. Another one no one cares about. And a fourth one they probably care about it in Tampa Bay because they lost to the Saints 24-20. I guess that's a bit of a shocker. The Saints are 3-10. The Buccaneers, thought of as being a good team, now 7-6. The Jaguars defeated the Colts. I don't know if that's a surprise because the Jaguars are now 9-4. They won 36-19. Who's it? Daniel Jones, the latest to go out with an Achilles.
Yep.
And I mentioned that because the one who hasn't gone out with Achilles that's had calf injuries, and I'm not sure Jones did, but it made me think of Giannis. Remember the year Giannis didn't play in the playoffs because of the calf injury, and then he didn't play, and then he played the next year, and now he's got another calf injury. Tony Smith has told me, especially in today's world, you want to be really, really, really just let him sit forever. I would not bet, unless you gave me really good odds, that Giannis has an Achilles injury coming in his future. Hopefully not, but a couple of calf injuries like that scare you. The Rams bounced back. They're now 10-3. They crushed the Cardinals 45-17 as expected. And again, the Broncos, unimpressive again, defeating the 2-11 Raiders 24-17. The Broncos are now 11-2 and will host the Green Bay Packers next weekend. And the Packers are favored by 1.5. Again, Packers over the Bears 28-21, in control throughout, led by 10. And then all of a sudden, the Bears came back to tie it. And the Packers scored on their last possession. Josh Jacobs, an amazing run for the last couple of yards, which he earned all on his own. And then Keyshawn Nixon with an interception. Packers win by 7, which was about what it was. Everybody before the game was saying, how can the Packers be favored by a touchdown? And that's exactly how it played out. If you were a Packer fan, I'm assuming you probably won because the majority of the time it was a little less than 7 points that you had to give. The close will, I know he's got stuff. He always does. Next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Welcome to Jackpot Land, this fall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all fall to win your share of thousands in prizes each month and earn entries into the big December Jackpot Land prize drawings. Your October, November, and December entries all count. Win thousands in cash or reward play. Welcome to Jackpot Land, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new flavor, Peppermint Brownie Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat. With a flaky crust and sweet icing, it's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off key.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Rum 40% alcohol by volume.
Score the top gifts for the Brewers fan in your life this holiday season. Set them up for an epic 2026 season with the all-new Brewers Holiday Bundle, featuring 4 ticket vouchers, loaded value concession credits, and an exclusive Brewers Holiday ornament, starting at just $99. Finish shopping for even the youngest Brewers fans with the 2026 Kids Crew Kit, including one-of-a-kind Brewers merch, 6 ticket vouchers, a ballpark tour, and more, all for just $35. Grab every Brewers Holiday gift today at Brewers.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
The holidays can stir up a lot. Stress, loneliness, even pressure to drink or use. If you're feeling anxious, depressed, or just finding it harder to cope, you don't have to wait for things to get worse. Hazelden Betty Ford offers treatment and counseling that fits your life and your needs. Call 1-855-489-2383 or visit hazeldenbettyford.org. Change starts when you do, and you're closer to feeling better than you think. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Packers win 28-21. Will enjoys the entire show, sets everything up, and then at the end, he gets the final thought. What has not been appropriately represented is generally what he decides to bring up, which is exactly what he should do. Yes?
I think what we've missed on a little bit in the show is just kind of the run that the Packers have been on the past 3 games. You know, the whole narrative earlier in the year and the reason people, and us included, questioned them as Super Bowl contenders was their inability to put teams away. And I think the past 3 weeks, they've not only put teams away, they've beaten the bad team, and that was the Vikings. Then they beat 2 very good teams in the Bears and the Lions. And I thought they played pretty clean football. Coming into the game today, everybody and their goldfish knew there were 2 things that they had to do in order to win the game, and that was not let the Bears get multiple takeaways on defense and to stop the run game. And I think in the first half, they did a really good job of stopping the run, and you can look at it. I know we had the argument on the defense giving up a little bit in the second half, but the offense had the ball for
giving up a little bit.
The offense had the ball for 5 minutes in the third quarter. The defense was on the field practically the entire second half.
Can I tell you why they're on the field?
Because the offense, they scored a touchdown, but it was a 1-minute drive.
No,
it was a quick
you're
drive.
not required to let the other team have the ball for long. But you can stop the other team from getting first down after first down. That will limit the time that you're on the field. Apparently, the only people not responsible for that problem is the defense. They were tired, and the offense didn't hold the ball for long enough.
That's what I think.
They're the 6th best team in the league defensively, giving up points.
And the Bears are the best rushing team in the league, so it matches up. I thought the Packers defense won the battle in the first half, and the Bears won it in the second half.
Right.
At least they didn't get beat the whole game or flat out from the jump, from the get-go. But
you don't. I mean, in the first half, I'm guessing the Packers might have had 3 and outs or didn't score on every possession. That doesn't seem to have been an out.
The drives
the
were a little
Packers
bit
had
longer,
an interception, a punt, the first time. Wow. Should have given up points.
And especially in the first, in a cold weather game, too, you do not want to be on the field. You want to be on the sideline in those big jackets with those heaters. Another thing we did miss I heard them talking on the broadcast, Micah Parsons is just a psycho. He refuses to wear the jackets on the sideline. He just wants to be so uncomfortable. And we listened to it, too, earlier in the week about him, creating this narrative that the Bears disrespected him to make himself angry and to have more motivation to go out there and beat him. I think he's just in a different mental state. But those are the type of guys you need on your team if you're going to want to win a Super Bowl, right?
Yes, I'm not thinking about him mentally. I'm thinking about him, somebody with his ability. Yes, you want them on the team to where you can make plays at a certain time. The issue is probably going to be their ability to stop the run because that limits how amazing he is.
I'll end with this. The biggest turning point of the game was the Josh Jacobs drive. That's what I'm calling it. The 65-yard drive where he was a star. The offense had stalled out a couple drives previously, like I mentioned, in the third quarter. And when they needed him most, when they needed to extend their lead against the Bears, he was there. And he broke out that huge 20-yard run where I think we watched it together, Homer. The Bears had 4 guys touch him behind the line of scrimmage, and he still broke it for 20 yards.
And he had an 11-yard run before that, and then his touchdown run was just as incredible because it appeared he didn't get the touchdown, and then they just couldn't stop him.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the season so far for the Packers in these games where they're playing good is different guys in different parts of their team stepping up when they need it. There's been times where the defense has played very bad for a majority of the game, and then in the fourth quarter when you need them, they're there to get a stop. So I think that's something that's a very prominent characteristic in these Super Bowl teams, and it's shown up a lot for the Packers so far this year.
Okay, and I would just add that it showed up today because they were incredibly lucky because Caleb, the Bears went 51 yards in 3 plays with guys you've never heard of. And I want to look more into Moore because they showed him and he was in a fit of, it appeared, sadness because he was so wide open on the play, last play.
Do you remember what I said last week about the Rasheed Walker fumble?
Yeah.
It's good to be lucky.
Yeah. But that's all I'm saying. Admit you're lucky, and the defense will have to be better. You can't make those plays and count on the other side messing up.
No. And kind of going along with my point earlier about guys stepping up, Keyshawn Nixon had 2 horrible penalties.
Made the big play.
Supplemented a Bears drive that basically brought them into the red zone when they couldn't get anything going, and then made the big play at the end of the game. That's just kind of the theme of the season so far for them, and I think that's one thing.
It's going in that direction. Yes, it seems to be. But the other things that aren't like that are like Jordan Love has shown the ability that if he does make a bad play, it just doesn't bother him. He can bounce back, and it was Josh Jacobs doing the work. But that's the view you feel about the offense. When the game was tied, they go down and score.
I think it's also time to officially accept the fact that Jordan Love, no matter how bad his interceptions are or how bad they look, it does not mean anything about how good of a quarterback he is. That's just who he is. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but when he does, it's going to look like the worst interception of all time.
Right. And
we just need to accept that.
Yes, but especially when you respond the way he does.
Yes.
That's not a given. When people do bad things as pro athletes, it often can hang around there for a while.
And the Bears this year are 8-0 when they get multiple turnovers a game. 8 out of their 9 wins were with one or more than one turnover in a game. So the fact that he not only bounced back from it, but limited another one from happening was huge.
No, he's become the leader of the team. And it happens with quarterbacks, and he's played at that level. I'm sure everybody on the team thought, we're going to go down and win the game.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that you can consistently rely on to, bring you down the field and score points whenever you need him to.
Yep.
Regardless of what else is happening.
Have we had the final break, or do we have one more break?
This is the last segment.
This will be the final segment, and then we will go to have the Chiefs yet taken the lead in their game?
No, the Texans have the ball. They are still leading 10-7, but they are deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it's to me, this is a game that I would think Kansas City would win, come back and win. However, they have not been Kansas City this year.
Any night game they play in a primetime slot, they usually always win, it feels like, especially at home at Arrowhead.
And we're not even in the fourth quarter yet. All right, I've got to check. What time is the Denver game? 3:20, same as today?
3:25.
Yep.
Mountain time.
They've lost 2 games.
I don't think they're that good.
I know the Vegas feels exactly the same way.
You know,
They're not that good.
If Micah Parsons wants a guy that he should be motivated to sack, it's Bo Nix, because you get a couple of hits on him, he's out of the game. Out.
I would be surprised if they have those prop things. I would pick.
You're taking the Micah over sacks.
I mean, I don't know. Does he need to get more than 1? Is 1 enough?
It's usually set. For him, it might be 1.5, if I had to guess.
That's tough, but I want to go.
You don't think the elevation will affect?
I don't know. I just think he's gonna, just for the reasons you said, he's gonna get a shot at Knicks.
I am curious with the way Jordan Love was throwing the deep ball today, how far he could throw a ball in the elevation.
Oh, yeah.
He was lofting it today. He was throwing some sky balls.
He was throwing a little punt, throwing a little punt action there. Yes,
arm punt.
Yes, but they took advantage of Chicago when it was available, and the passes were good. He's made great passes. He made a great pass to Musgrave that ended up not being a cost. So, all right, Packers win. That's the as was said. They took care of business. That was said early by Mark Touser and Shugs, and that's right. In the end, that's all that matters. 28-21. 9-3, 9-3-1 exactly for the Packers. The Bears are now 9-4, and the Packers are right now a 1.5 favorite in Denver against the Broncos, who have lost a grand total of 2 games this season. This has been Green Bay Game Night.
Hey guys, NASCAR driver Josh Balicki here, driver of the number 91 Mando Chevrolet. Your pit crew can make or break your race. Your pit crew can win